Good morning, Rumble Studios. Good morning. Okay, what we got? Oh, we got feedback here. Okay, I took care of it. I got too many devices. Good morning, Rumble Studios. Good morning, Rumble Studios. Good morning, Rumble Studios on this 06.20.2025. Current time is 06:16 a.m. Eastern Time here in upstate New York, the southern tier of upstate New York, where I live and reside. This Friday morning, we made it to the weekend. Just those working stiffs have to get through the day to get to their weekend, but the weekend is upon us here on this Friday, and thank God it's Friday. And I hope everybody's doing well. I hope everybody had a great week. I had I had a pretty good week. I, I did. I can honestly say I did. It's been a good week. And I am Rich Roberts at Fireman Rich here on Rumble Studios, broadcasting out to Rumble, Locals, YouTube, Twitch, Facebook, X Live, and Kick. And you can follow me mostly. I'm on X. That's my mainstay. My mainstay as far as on these social media um, platforms. But I am on others. Just Google at Fireman Rich. And good morning, Tina. Our Jersey girl is in the house. Glad to see you here this morning. I hope all is well. Let's see. Yesterday we did the lawns. I'm looking out here at the lawns. We got leaves all over because it's been windy overnight. It's blue sky. It's nice. It's going to be a hot one again today, folks. I don't know how hot it got down there in Jersey for you, Tita, but it was warm. Yeah, I got the lawns mowed, so and they're looking good. The neighbor even mowed their lawns, so that was good. That's good as far as that goes, and I think I'll keep that on there. So I'm looking at the lawns right now, and they're looking really nice. All the way around. Got everything done. So it was a good lawn mowing day. I actually did the opposite. Usually I start around the house and then I start on the side here, do the front, then come to the side and the back, and then I work my way over to down the side street here, and then mow the two areas over there, and behind the garage. As far as that go, yesterday it was 91. Yeah, I think we got up in the 90s also, Tina. Um, and oh, by the way, I do have the morning coffee. It would not be a morning broadcasting live stream if I did not have the morning coffee. And it is tasting mighty fine here. Mm. So we're bracing for some heavy hot weather here. Actually, I had to close this back window here because it's cool. It's cool. The missus said, "What are you doing?" She has some windows open. I was getting too chilled over here. I'd have to put a hoodie on, which I should have. Oh, there's Jack. Jack is checking out the cat TV there, and but we're expected as far as the temperatures getting up there this weekend. I think they're talking like 95 this Sunday. It's going to be a hot one Sunday, but we have our air conditioners in place. We did that Tuesday, I think. Yeah, did I talk about it on Wednesday's broadcast? I'm not sure, but we have the two upstairs in the bedrooms, and we have uh, one out in the back room and one in the living room. Now we don't have one in the kit in our bedroom. Uh, but we have an extra one. If we have to put it in, we'll put it in. I don't think we'll need it because we have enough fans to circulate the cold air that goes around and stuff like that. But we did get the lawns mowed. I'm happy with that. And um, I also I'll have to bring it in after the break. I don't want to go out right now. So I did get something in the mail yesterday. You know what? Um, Hang loose for a minute. I want to go get it because I think it's important enough to present it here on this broadcast. So just watch, Jack. I will be right back here. I want to go get that item here. So stand by. Let me just put bubble gum on. I'll be right back. Okay, we're back. Now this is important enough. I got to do this at the beginning of the show. I can't do this at the middle and stuff because it. I got something in the mail yesterday, just as I was finishing mowing the lawns. A The UPS showed up, and I am now the proud owner. Well, you know how I'm a I'm into the soccer now. I like Manchester City. Well, and my good friend and PUBG Battlegrounds teammate. We play PUBG Battlegrounds almost every day, and we have a ball, even with the cheats and even getting whacked. We still have fun as far as that goes. But I got done doing the mowing, and just as I was coming around, the UPS man was out there, and I got off, put the tractor in idle, got over to the truck, and said, "Hey, you got a package?" He said, "Yep, we do, Mister Roberts. We got a package for you, and got it right here." And what it was this. This is a Manchester City jersey, authentic jersey for Manchester. So I'll be wearing this on during the games here. They're in the FIFA World Cup, but I want to thanks to Wingnut for sending this to me. This it was very gracious of him. So he knows that I'm a fan now. So he said, "Hey, you're a fan. You gotta have the shirt. You have to have the jersey to be the fan." So there's a fan here in the southern tier of upstate New York of Manchester City Football Club, and they're playing. They played Wednesday and they won. Okay, I was going to do that for the sports, but they won 2-0. It would have been nice having this, but I'll be wearing it Sunday when they play. I stand corrected on the time because Wingnut said, "Oh, they played Monday." I said, "No, they play Sunday." Well, there's a 5 hour difference, and I keep on forgetting that. I'm a bonehead. I forget the time difference and stuff. They play 9 o'clock Sunday night, so I will be watching that, and I will be wearing this shirt as a proper Manchester City fan would do. So I want to say this is a very gracious and kind of you, Wingnut. I want to say thank you very much here, right on the broadcast. I love this patch right here. This patch. Let me see if I can get a close up on the patch. Where's the patch right here? Look at this patch. I love that patch. That patch is pretty rad. Manchester City. There it is. And I do appreciate it. So that's the big news for today. So I can just go. The show's over with. No, I'm just kidding. So thank you, Wingnut. Appreciate it. I will wear it with pride and be rooting for Manchester City Football Club to win. I know that's a bold statement right at the beginning of the tournament there and stuff. To win the FIFA World Cup or FIFA Club World Cup. This isn't the actual World Cup. It's the Club World Cup where you got all these premier teams. So there it is. Look at that patch, though. I love that patch. That man, and that's a real patch sewn in there. That is pretty cool. Very good. Thank you again, Wingnut. I had to highlight that. And yeah, that was nice, Tina. That was nice of Wingnut as far as we got talking. This is the beginning of the year. We started talking about, I was asking about the Manchester City. I started watching it, and so I was like, you know what, I'm going to be a fan. Because somebody once told me, just pick a team and you stick with it. So why not Manchester? Because Wingnut has high regards for them. Well, he's been a fan since he's been a kid. So um, and I like their play. The game this past Wednesday was a little different, than the regular gameplay because they've got some personnel changes on the field. I guess they've changed their team up a little bit. But we're going to be watching and we're going to be rooting for it, and I'll be reporting it here on the Fireman Rich morning broadcast, morning coffee broadcast and stuff like that. Coffee's tasting good. I got to be careful because I don't want to put a stain. I when we got it, the Mississippi, I go to her. I say I could wear this Sunday or this Saturday. I'm going to the Strawberry Festival here in Owego, and she goes, "Oh, you better not. What if you get stained on it? Get a mustard stain or something?" It's like, "Oh no, yeah, you're right. It's just there's a greater purpose for the shirt, and that's to wear it during the game to show support, and you don't want to wear a shirt that has mustard on it or speedy sauce on it, grease and stuff. Oh, if you got grease on that would go. It's a very nice shirt though. I would say very, 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 very high end. So thank you again, Wingnut. I greatly appreciate it, my friend. Greatly appreciate it. And I'm gonna. Okay, so there we have that. Again, it's been cool. Let's see. Current temperature right now is 62 degrees Fahrenheit. So I'm just surprised. It's really cool. Like I said, I was chill. I could have worn I should have worn my hoodie and stuff and kept the window open, but I'll probably open it up here in a little bit here after the broadcast. But 62 degrees Fahrenheit, which equates to 16 degrees Celsius, which it's a nice temperature, but it's just like when you had all this warm weather and all of a sudden it drops, you get a little bit of a little chill going on as far as that goes. So, but we do have the air conditions. We're expecting some heavy heat. Summer today is the first day of summer. When does summer? Does summer begin like right now today, or let's see, first day of summer, first day of summer 2025. I know today's the 20th. It's the first day, but is there a time? Oh, it doesn't start until tonight. Let's see. The 2025 summer solstice falls on Friday, June 20th at 10:42 p.m. according to NASA and the Old Farmer's Almanac. I love the Old Farmer's Almanac. That's a good publication. So not until 10:42 tonight is it summertime. So we're still the final hours of springtime. I guess we're having springtime weather this morning, that's for sure, with the coldness and stuff, or the coolness, I should say. It's not really cold. But let's see. It's going to be partly cloudy, slight chance of rain showers. High is 77, so I think it's going to be higher than that. But it's going to be cool before it gets really hot. It's supposed to be. They're predicting. Let's see over the next couple of days. Let's look at the temperatures. And why wouldn't it be hot? It's summer, right? Let's see. Over the weekend, let's see. It's going to be high 77 today, 85 for the high for Saturday. We've got a chance of AM showers. And Sunday, 93 to 90. 95, and then Monday, oh wow, Monday's going to be the real hot day. It's going to be 96 plus, and then 96 on Tuesday, and then we have thunderstorms Wednesday going into next weekend, and the temperatures there 80s and 70s, mostly the 80s, I guess. So let's see, scattered thunderstorms as far as that goes. So there, that's where we have it as far as summer's here, folks. Even though it's 10 o'clock tonight, sun rose this morning. Oh wow, look at this! At 5:31 a.m., the sun rose this morning. As far as it goes, that's an hour and 1 minute ago. It's currently 6:30 a.m. here in the southern tier of upstate New York, and the sun will be setting tonight at 8:45 p.m. The last sunset of spring before we hit summertime at 10 o'clock there. 10, what time was that? 10:42? Yeah, 10:42. So there we have that. Our world times and temperatures as I speak at 12:30 a.m. Honolulu time currently. Cloudy skies with some clearing, 75 degrees Fahrenheit. Phoenix, Arizona at 3:30 a.m. currently. Clear skies, 82 degrees Fahrenheit, in the windy city of Chicago at 5:30 a.m. Cloudy skies with the little sun peeking through, 70 degrees Fahrenheit. In New York City, the concrete jungle at 6:31 a.m. At 6:31 a.m. here in the southern tier of upstate New York also. New York City is sunny and clear, 66 degrees Fahrenheit. Down in New Jersey, where Tina is at, in central Jersey, our Jersey girl, she's informing us that it is 86 for the high today, 66 for the low, and it's currently 65 degrees Fahrenheit down there in central New Jersey. Thank you, Tina, for that update there for central New Jersey. Going across the pond, the Atlantic Ocean, in Cork, Ireland at 11:31 a.m., sunny and clear, 72 degrees Fahrenheit. In Milan, Italia, at 12:31 p.m. It's manja 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 lunchtime in Milan. Sunny and clear, 90 degrees Fahrenheit. It's a hot one in Milan, 90 degrees. Skipping over to Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia, at 6:32 p.m. Late day, late afternoon, early 6:32, maybe just before early nighttime there. 6:32 p.m. in Kuala Lumpur, sunny and clear, 84 degrees Fahrenheit. In Tokyo, Japan, at 7:32 p.m. currently, 79 degrees Fahrenheit, cloudy skies. And down under in the great continent of Australia, in the great country of Australia, and great friends and allies of Australia is to the United States. In Melbourne, 8:32 p.m. Cloudy skies with a little clearing, 50 degrees Fahrenheit. And to the east in Sydney, Australia at 8:32 p.m. Clear skies, 55 degrees Fahrenheit. And those are our world times and temperatures as I speak. And it's going to be warming up here for sure. Let's see. Our thought for the day. Let's see. What do I have there? Because I got a few. I took some things off of the Surface 3 and I put them up on the main screen here. I think that was mostly the sports. Let's see. Our thought for the day comes from someone that's not a stranger here, and he's after J.R.R. Tolkien. He is my famous author, Mark Twain, great American writer and humorist. The pen name of Mark Twain is Samuel Leghorn Clemens, and was a celebrated American writer, humorist, and essayist. He's best known for his classic novels, The Adventures of Tom Sawyer, that was written in 1876, and The Adventures of Huckleberry Finn, 1884, which was called the Great American Novel. There's some people they don't care for them for some reason. They're books, folks. Okay, they talk about a period of time, and even though they may not jive with your general perspective of today, that's the way the culture was back then. So get over it. That's what I got to say. I think they are great American. Mark Twain, a great American author, as far as that goes, in my opinion. If you may have a different opinion, which I may care or not care. I don't know. Okay, let's get some special food there. Mark Twain's quote and our thought for the day goes as follows, and it is: "Habit is habit, and not to be flung out the window. Don't do that. Don't by any man, but coaxed downstairs a step at a time." What's he mean? Habit, stairs? What's that mean? Let me read that again. Habit is habit, and not to be flung out the window by any man, but coaxed downstairs at a step at a time. So what does he mean by that? Well, I think it's don't fling habit out the window, I get. But it emphasizes that habit, both good and bad, we all have our habits, good and bad, are deeply ingrained and cannot be instantly discarded. We can't just discard like that. You got to work at it. Okay, if you're smoking, can you just quit smoking? No, you got to work at it. Okay, so instead, you must change. The change must be gradual, with patience and persistence, like slowly coaxing something down a staircase. So that's the example of the staircase. You don't rush it down. You take it one step at a time. Same as if you got a bad habit like smoking or drinking, it's already been shown, or you can't just do it. I mean, there are maybe some exceptions. There are some exceptions and stuff like that, and as far as that goes. But hey, good morning, Laura. Hi, I thank you for the follow over there on the Discord. I don't open the Discord to many people, but I'm over there. I'm just posting things over there. I don't hang out or anything like that, like they do over on Liam's broadcast. They open it up for conversations. I don't do that, but I do post over there, and I may catch you over there sometime. Um, Me and Wingnut. I don't know if you're here. Oh, oh shoot! I just dropped a whole bunch of paperwork. Hang on for a minute, folks. Oh god, I gotta get this, or else I'm gonna get in trouble here. What is this paperwork? This is all the cats. The cats are going to the vet here, so this is their file. What do we got here?
Oh, what did you do to my file?
Well, I don't know. This all the cat stuff goes in here, right?
Yeah.
And then all the other stuff goes in.
It's in a sort of order, but whatever.
I'll try and.
I don't know what the rest of crap is.
Yeah.
But they got a file.
Okay. I'm sorry. Laura. Hey, Tony D's here too. Okay.
Morning, Tony.
Salute to you, Tony D, my brother veteran, my good friend and fellow broadcaster. And let's see, down in Warner Robins, Georgia, it's 71 degrees Fahrenheit and 90 degrees for the high. Going to be a hot one down in Georgia, Warner Robins. 70 degrees, mostly cloudy down there in Georgia. And Tony saying hi to Tina. And Laura saying hi to Tina, or hi to Tony. And Tina saying hi to Laura. We're getting all, everybody's saying goodbye to everybody. Hello. And Tony saying hi to Laura. And Tina saying good morning to Tony. And Laura saying good hello. I got to get those into the chat. You guys are here in the chat, so I got to put them up on the screen. So thank you for all the good mornings there, guys. But Tony, you're here, and Laura, you weren't here. I got myself this is a jersey that was sent to me by my partner Wingnut that played PUBG. This is a Manchester City authentic jersey, so I am a fan. So I get to wear a jersey. So I just wanted to show you that. I'm pretty excited about this. This is a very, very nice shirt. So again, thank you, Wingnut. It's show and tell time on the. Laura, that coffee looks good. Get mine. Oh, okay. And Laura says, "Wow, nice. Even they are rivals of. Oh yeah, they're rivals of Liverpool. I know about that, Laura. Oh my God, yeah. I don't know Liverpool. No, they did win the Premier League and stuff like that. Here's the shirt, authentic. It even says City on the back for Manchester City. So a very outstanding shirt. I will be wearing it Sunday night, as I've been stand corrected on the time. I thought it was Sunday morning. I gotta look at that stuff. So let's put that over in the. Okay, so back to our thought for the day. So habit. We have good habits. We should focus and make those good habits, and keep with them. But bad habits, you try and get rid of them, but you can't get rid of them all at once. If you're establishing a good habit, it's a step-by-step process. You can't just boom, oh, I'm going to make this a habit. No, you make it a habit with being consistent over time. Bad habits like smoking, drinking, those are the only ones that come to mind. But there's people that want to stop doing that nasty stuff. You have to take it one step at a time. And that's what Mark Twain is trying to say in his quote this morning of habit is habit and not to be flung out the window. You can't just fling it out the window by any man, but coax downstairs a step at a time. Mark Twain. God bless you, sir, and Godspeed. That was a good one. That's a good one. And let's see. And Laura says, wow, nice. Yeah, that's right. Liverpool. Liverpool. I'm not a Let's see. Maybe you should have a Man City emoji. I'll work on that. That's a good idea. That's a good idea there. I don't know if there's a copyright thing infringed on it. I'll have to check. I'll have to check. Who cares about the copyright? That's a good idea, Laura. Man, I'm gonna put that down. Manchester City Football Club emoji on Twitch. I like that. And that'll be a high end one too, I guess, because hey, they're a high end team. That's a good idea. I like that idea there, Laura. Thank you very much, sir. I hope all is well there over in Norway. And let's see, our national day today. Oh, I don't have to worry about copyright? Okay, if you say so. Watch, I'll have one up there, and then Manchester City. Who is this? Who is this dumb American posting our Manchester City emblem on Twitch? Boom, banned. No, I get. I don't think they look at that. Yeah, they probably. Uh, you don't have to worry about the copyright. Yeah. Let's see our national day today. Let's see what we have on the docket here. We got National Seashell Day, first day of summer. Okay, yeah, no, not until 10:42 tonight. We got National Hike with a Geek Day. No, no. National Take Your Dog to Work Day. I don't know about that. And we got Summer Begins. And then we got something else that looks like National, some type of pastry. Well, today is the first day of summer. We're going to go with Summer Begins, longest day of the year today, which I don't think it is because are we at oh, well, it's supposed to be the longest day of the year, the summer solstice. Summer begins in the northern hemisphere on the longest day of the year, also known as the summer solstice. This day officially celebrates a time of year when the sun is warm and the outdoors is a place to be. Well, it's a little cool this morning, so hashtag summer begins. The summer solstice is when the Earth's axis is pointed towards the sun. Its rays more directly impact the northern hemisphere, giving us more daylight and more warmth. It's a time when plants grow rapidly and animals are more active. That's including us humans as far as that goes. So today is um, hashtag summer begins as far as that goes. So there's our national day today. And you could have your name on the shirt. No, I'm old school. It's just like this is the authentic jersey, um, and it's a high end shirt too. So I don't want to. I don't know. That name on the shirt. I don't know. The Boston's. Let's see. Is it the Boston Red Sox? No, the New York Yankees. If you look at the New York Yankees, they don't have their names on the back. If you don't know, if you can't tell who the players are, you're not really a fan. Um, I mean, on the emote. Oh, okay, yeah, that could be. And you could have your name on the shirt. Would be cool. But I'm not all about my name being on the back of a jersey and stuff like that. Just like when I played basketball in high school, I didn't have my name on the back. I just had NFA, Newburgh Free Academy, as far as that goes. And track and field, they don't have names on their backs. But I don't know. Um, I guess for some sports it works and stuff. I don't think any of the names are on the side. Now that you say that, Lore, the soccer jerseys when they're playing, they don't have their names. Now that I think of it, I could be wrong. I don't know. I'm just thinking. I'm saying the other game. I know the player. I'm learning the players' names on Manchester, like the Egyptian there. Oh, I can't think of it. I can't think of the names right now. But Brent. Who was that guy that went to Italy? Oh, I can't think of the names right. It's too early. Too early for names and stuff. I guess I have to look at. But I'm learning the team, and I like the team, so I'm all vested in. And now that I have a shirt, it's going to be my habit to play as far as that goes. Um, Soccer players have their names on the back of the shirt. Do they? Do they? Let's see. I want to see. Let's see. I'll have to look at that. See, I don't really notice that. I guess I guess that's the point I'm getting. I don't really notice that as far as that goes. And do they? They probably do. If you say that, because you know more about. Um, okay, I'm agreeing with you. You know, you've probably watched more soccer than I have, Laura. So I'm not going to dispute that. I'm not going to dispute that. So, um, but I just know the New York Yankees. They're one of the few baseball teams that they don't have their names, and um, I think that's the only team that I name. No. Hey, Deplorable's in the house. Good morning. How you doing there? Glad to see you. The Deplorables here. Go team. Yeah, go team. Everybody should have a team. And those people that don't like sports, you don't know what you're missing. You know, sports is where it's at. It's the thrill of victory and the agony of defeat. You know, is just like that's part of what sports is all about. So, good morning, Deplorable. Hope all is well out your way. And are we at the campsite or are we at the homestead? You know, as far as today being the first day of summer, you're probably out there camping up a storm. As far as that goes, I know you like the camping and stuff. Oh, what was it yesterday? No, was it yesterday when I got gas up at the gas station? There was a gentleman that he was from New Jersey at the next gas pump, and he had a trailer. And I'm into these trailers. You know, what is it? The R Pod. The R Pod. They're a small trailer, good for two people and stuff. Really good layout. Well, he had a Pro Pod that was called, and similar, and he let me look in it, and it was pretty neat. Pretty neat as far as that goes. Let's see. Good. In Lotro, checking out the Midsummer Fest. That's right. I got to do some Lotro. I say this. That's right. I got to start broadcasting on Lotro. Thank you. Campsite tomorrow. Okay, so Lotro today, campsite tomorrow. So, yeah, that's right. The Midsummer Festival starts on Lotro and stuff like that. And but going to the campsite tomorrow. That's good. That's good. And then he comes strolling in. We have Captain Rehab. Good morning, Captain Rehab, coming in from the city of brotherly love. Glad to have you here. And Captain Rehab says good morning to the missus.
Good morning, Captain Rehab.
There you are. And did I tell you Tony said good morning too? Oh, you said good morning too. Yeah, you said good morning. That's right. And then Captain Rehab saying hello to Auntie Tina as far as they're on the Twitch side, as far as that goes. So let me check. Let's see what we have here. We're on 7 platforms, a network of platforms, as I like to say now. Over there on X Live, I'm showing that we have 3 viewers over there. Thank you very much for the 3 viewers on X Live. And over on the Facebook Live, we have, let me see if I get there. Who's this? How is the streaming journey going from Sir Kraut support, whatever that is? I'll have to check that out later. And Tina saying good morning to the nephew. And let's see, let's check the Facebook here. On the Fireman Rich page, let's check it out here. Ooh, that's loud. Ooh, that's loud. Ooh, that's really loud. But we're on the Facebook. Thank you for the emoji there, Tina. Tony, what the hell is this? Let's see. Okay, I'll have to check that later. I don't use for if the person that's messaging me, I don't usually use Facebook messaging. So if you don't get a response, if you contact me on X at Fireman Rich, as far as that goes, and then we're on Kick. Kick, we have there's no viewer on Kick. That's okay. And then over on let's see, Twitch, we have 5 folks. YouTube, we have nobody yet. X Live, or no, on Locals, which is another channel I broadcast on. We have 1 person. We have 4 people on Rumble Studios, or on Rumble. So thank you very much for that, folks. I greatly appreciate that. And let's see what's going on there. Okay, there we go. So glad to have you all here. And let's see, Big Juice, better hurry on up. Yeah, Big Juice, he's using. Big Juice there, Captain Rehab. He's going to show up late. You're Johnny on the spot. You're coming earlier and earlier and stuff like that. So I appreciate that. And let's see, there's a huge 85% off Steeds sale in store, whatever that is. There is a huge 85% off Steeds sale in store. What store is that? I have no idea what he's talking about. What are Steeds? Steeds off Steeds. What are Steeds? A Steed sale. What's a Steed sale? Actually, what are Steeds? Oh, there we go. I like that one. We got the Rumble Heart there. Steeds. Steeds are a horse being ridden or available for. Oh, okay. You guys. Sale on horses? There's a sale on horses there. Okay. 85% off Steeds. Sale in store. Sale in store. They sell them at the local grocery store. Let's see. Yesterday we did have the Fireman Rich audio podcast. Oh, you're talking low. I am such a dunce. I'm sorry, deplorable. You're just talking about Lord of the Rings. That's right. I have more than enough Steeds. Believe me. I got the goats. I got the Steeds. They look nice, but I'm not there to. They look nice and stuff like that. I'm looking at. I'm just finished. I'm still in the what portion am I in Lord of the Rings? Gundabar. I'm still in the Gundabar area. What was the last major update? They're allowing members, people that are on Lotro to purchase that with their Lotro coins. I got a mess load of Lotro coin, so I'm going to probably be purchasing that. That's my next thing on Lotro. So I get you now in the store at the Lotro store. That's the riding horses on Lotro. Okay. If you put Lotro store, I would have. You just left it out there a little bit. I'm like, what the hell? Okay, you get a little laugh out of the horses. Yeah, there's some great graphic art on the horses on Lotro as far as that goes. Thamer, good morning. Coming in from Riyadh, the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. Glad to have you here, Thamer. I hope all is safe where you're at. And you got those air conditioners. We got our air conditioners going here. Thamer's over there in Riyadh, the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. We're at 1:54 a.m. or 1:54 p.m. I'm sorry, in the afternoon there. It's sunny and clear. It's 108 degrees. You're at 108 degrees Fahrenheit. What's that? Oh, I thought she said something. That was a computer. But glad to have you here, Thamer. Good morning. And Laura's saying good morning to Thamer and Captain Rehab. Yeah, Laura, 108. That's what I got on my my world times and temperatures there. 108 right now. That is a hot one. And I'm on first cup of coffee. Yeah, same here. I'm on my first cup right here. The coffee is tasting good. So yesterday we had the Fireman Rich audio podcast, and again, it's the same format, just scaled down as far as a meet and greet, the weather, the thought for the day, what is it, the National Day, and all that, and the just the meet and greet chit chat. But I talk about a story, one specific story, and this one I highlighted yesterday was about diamonds, and where's this at? This is over. It's from It's an invention from the UK, and this is coming from the University of Bristol. They're taking man-made diamonds and they're putting a bit of carbon-14 in, and they're making basically a forever battery. And basically, it's the world's first diamond battery could power spacecraft and pacemakers for thousands of years. So it's a pretty good story there. Interesting science story as far as that goes. And Thamer says, I just turned it off. My favorite machine of the house needs a rest. Yeah, you got to give them a rest. Yeah, that's always a good idea. There's enough cool air they can give them a rest. So yeah, don't take care of that air conditioner because it's going to take care of you, Thamer. And Tina saying hi to Thamer, and Thamer saying hi to Tina back. And Thamer saying good morning, hi to Laura there from Riyadh, Saudi Arabia to Norway, saying hi. We're international now because of you guys. Thank you for being here too. I appreciate it. Let's see. So the story was an interesting story. You can check it out over there on Spotify for creators, at Fireman Rich on Spotify, and you can hear the audio podcast. We also take the audio from this broadcast. I know I sound like a broken record, but Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, when I get done, I repurpose the audio over there. Spotify is great. I love Spotify. Is a good platform, and so we're over there. But every Tuesday and Thursday we do this Fireman Rich audio podcast, and I put the link up there on my X feed at Fireman Rich, and you can listen. Or else just go to Spotify and search for Fireman Rich, and you'll see where my page is, and you can listen to all the audio that I have there. I love doing the audio. It's always fun doing that. Let's see. We have 100 years ago today. We'll go ahead and bring that up. We're at 45 minutes right now, so that we're right on time. Let me go ahead and get rid of the banner here. And this is for June 18th, which was Wednesday, 100 years ago on Wednesday. So let me bring that up here as far as that goes. Let's see. There's a present 100 years ago. Bing, bang, boom. And Rich, the Pacers are going. Yeah, I'll be getting to the sports there. I'll be getting to the sports. You're jumping the gun there, Captain Rehab. Yeah, I saw the score. Didn't watch the game, but I guess they won significantly. Okay, let's bring up this 100 years ago. There it is. I don't know where the girl is. I guess this guy's taking over for her. So we'll listen to this dude. Here it is.
Tonight we continue our segment on sharing some of Broome County's past. Delivering that for us now is Broome County historian and president of the Preservation Association of the Southern Tier, Roger Luther, brought to you by UHS.
100 years ago today, Mr. A. Ward Ford of Binghamton has been elected Vice President of the International Time Recording Division of the International Business Machines Corporation in Endicott. Mr. Ford was one of the original organizers of the Bundy Manufacturing Company, which made the first time recorder and later became the International Time Recording Company. Dog owners are reminded that their dogs must be securely confined between sunset and 1 hour after sunrise in order to protect sheep from being attacked. And now the summer is almost here. Chicken thieves are back in the news. This morning, a Sanitarium Springs man reported that 75 white leghorn chickens were stolen from his farm last night. And finally, in the classified section, 6 white leghorn chickens were found running loose in Port Crane this morning. The owner can have them by proving property. And that was the news, June 18th, 1925.
Oh, that's 100 years ago. 100 years ago as of June 18th. And let's see, am I gurgling? No, I'm good. Let's see. Am I good? Yeah, okay, the audio is good. And Wandering Australia. Yeah, perfect timing there, mate. Thank you for being here. We got Australia in the house. Thank you very much, my friend. Hope all is well over there in Australia. Thank you very much. You're your country is a great friend and ally to the United States, and I always like to say that we do appreciate it very much. Yeah, I'm one. Bring back the girl. I like the girl. I can't remember her name, but she's a good egg and stuff like that. And yeah, those um, dastardly dogs, those dastardly dogs. Because what is it? I guess that was big news back in the day. The guy who did the intro was far too nerdy. Well, no, Roger Luther. He's a Broome County historian, very knowledgeable man there, wandering Australia. He's a good dude. He's very knowledgeable in the history of the area and stuff like that. I know he looks a little nerdy. Or you're talking about the news guy? Oh, the guy who did the intro. Oh, you're talking about the guy that, yeah, he is a little nerdy. Yeah, okay. I thought you were talking about Roger Luther. Yeah, the news guy. Okay, gotcha. But that was big news back there. Dog owners had to be reminded that dogs need to be securely confined between sunset and hours after sunrise in order to protect the sheep. But I don't see any sheep. We have a lot of cows here right now. Um, okay, Tina, we'll see you later. And then the old bloke is brilliant. Yeah, I like Roger Luther there, wandering Australia. Thank you. Yeah, see you later. And Deplorable says everything from Australia is great except Vegemite. Yeah, I don't really. I've never had it there, Deplorable. But I agree. I agree. I used to live with a cow. AK, my ex-wife, Captain Rehab says. Oh my God, did I just say that? Did I just say that? Oh my God. But the first part there, they said 100 years ago, this Mr. A. Ward Ford. I don't know if you picked up on that. Oh, come on, get some Vegemite into you. Wandering Australian said, no, I don't think that's going to be that. Just a description of it, Wandering Australian. It's it's not appealing. It really isn't. But 100 years ago, this Mr. A. Ward Ford of Binghamton was elected vice president of the International Time Recording Division. Now, you often hear me talk about it, but that was the founding company that eventually became the International Business Machine Corporation. That's IBM, folks. That's 100 years ago. Mr. Ford was one of the original organizers of the Bundy Manufacturing Company, which was the first time recorder. That's what IBM used to do, okay, before they changed their name to International Business Machines. International Business Machine Corporation stands for IBM, which was the birthplace is there in Endicott, New York. I always like saying that because I worked at IBM for 9 years in Endicott, the birthplace, and I loved it there. If they didn't close down the joint, I probably would have retired there instead of the next place I went to. And the chickens. What about the chickens? there's an article. There's a report of 75 white leghorn chickens stolen, but then in the classifieds, 6 leghorn chickens were found running over in Port Crane. So I think the police need to go over there to check out the premises, because I think that's where the stolen chickens are, as far as that goes. So let's see. Let's catch up on the thing. Oh, Captain Rehab, that was a good one. The cow one. Oh my God. Oh, that's a good one. And yeah, I'm Wandering Australia. Vegemite sandwiches. It sounds good in the song, but when you actually look in to see what's made of it, it's like, I don't know. You gotta Wandering Australian giving good day to lore, and let's see. Oh, that's why I remember the word Endicott so well. Yeah, because I'm always talking about it because it's the birthplace of IBM. IBM, a world corporation and stuff. It was first founded right here in my neck of the woods in Endicott. And Vegemite on toast, mate, makes you strong and puts hair on your chest. Okay, I've heard that before. And Captain Rehab says, Richard, one time someone on Twitch called. Okay. You know where that went. I didn't even finish that. Oh, Captain Rehab. Asked if they could exchange. Okay. I'm not going to go there. That's a good one though. Let's see. So that was 100 years ago. Thanks. Full disclosure: I have no association with Fox 40 as far as that goes. We do present 100 years ago. It's very. I think you all like it. I believe. So that's why we keep it going here. I have presented it. I do present it over on the Fireman Rich audio podcast now, as far as on Tuesdays and Thursdays, except every other Tuesday. It's on the I do Mixcloud, but we don't do it on the Mixcloud. I don't show it on or present it on the Mixcloud. Other things in history. Let's see. Back in 1877, Alexander Graham Bell installed the world's first commercial telephone service in Hamilton, Ontario, Canada. Canada was the first one to get the first phone system. And the wandering Australian says, yeah, it's great. Some of the stuff you Yanks use to get up to is hilarious. Yeah, it is. I'm glad. I say you're welcome. As far as we're very humorous as far as us Yanks and stuff like that. No, we love you Aussies, man. The Aussies are great. I've always. Someday I'll get there. I don't know. The closest I came to visiting Australia was when I was in the Philippines, which I met quite a few Australians in Aussie. Some of the was it right off the post I was at? There's a couple of places there that was owned by Australians, and they took care of us Americans as far as that goes. I mean, I had many a free Mai Tai at what was that? It was called the Albatross End. It was a place right down the point there at Wallis Air Station in northern Luzon, and it was great. It was we felt like we were at home in Australia. That's how welcome we felt at that particular establishment. So, yeah, we do appreciate the. And plus, I met several folks from the Australian military when I was over there too, and I was pretty impressed. Still impressed with them as far as let's just say. I could say that they had their act together as far as what they were trained to do and stuff like that. They've really I have great respects for the Australian military. Let's see. In 1963, the so-called Red Phone was established between the White House and Kremlin to link the two superpowers after lessons were learned in the Cuban Missile Crisis. Yeah, that's to make sure. Because the Cuban Missile Crisis, you look at history, the Cuban Missile Crisis is probably, they say, oh, World War III is going to happen with this stuff that's going on in the Middle East. It's not as close as we were in the Cuban Missile Crisis. I mean, the order was given, and I think there's one of three Soviet Union submarine captains that have gone on record that the order was given for these Soviet submarines to fire a tactical nuke on one of the aircraft carriers that were on the blockade. That's how close. The order was given, but they said, nope, we're not going to do that. So let's say the United States may be getting ready to drop a big bomb on there, but it's not a nuke at least. It's just a bunker buster or something like that from what I've been reading in the news. And we'll see if that happens or not as far as that goes. But Cuba did use it now. We got to well, it wasn't Cuba. Cuba didn't have, it was the Russians that were in Cuba, Tamara. The Cubans didn't have the nuke. It was the Russians that were stationed there. But they had the order. The order was given. Okay, that's the thing. They could have very well and that's as close as we've gotten to the war and stuff like that. There was another time where I think it was during Ronald Reagan's presidency that the Soviet Union received a message. It was that they had inbound missiles from the United States. And the Russian officer that was the command officer that would give the order, he was told, you give the order. And he says, no, there's something wrong here. And it was a good thing that he did. That was the second time. So we've had two times in history and stuff. They're very unique stories. And this one, and what it was is that their sensing equipment picked up something. I think it was a launch of a satellite or something like that off of Vandenberg, and they mistook it for a nuke, and it wasn't. They were getting ready to push the button there. I think it was back in 1985 or 86, and that particular officer is on record. I think he's still alive too. So we had two stories. I think what's going on right now is to try and prevent a certain entity from having such a weapon, which is, I think, is a good idea. And I'm just going to leave that there. We're not going to go into any heavy discussion on that because there's enough of it in the news. Let's see. In 1969, David Bowie recorded Space Oddity at Trident Studios in London. Space Odyssey, good album there. Steven Spielberg in 1975 movie Jaws was released about a gigantic man-eating shark. And that, when we saw that movie, none of us kids went into the swimming pool. We thought there were sharks in the swimming pool. That's how bad. But it's about a giant man-eating shark whose presence was signaled by a terrifying two-note soundtrack. Yeah, that soundtrack was scary. Hey, Big Juice. Big Juice is in the house. Say good morning to Big Juice there, Captain Rehab. And Big Juice, Captain Rehab, your buddy, is in the chat there on Twitch. Glad to have you, Siri. Hope all's well. All's well. Apparently, Spielberg, on the day of the release of Jaws, had a nervous breakdown. Oh, did he? Ooh, that's interesting. Wow. And oh yeah, that was, what a great song. Yeah, it was, man. Like I said, when that movie came out and that music, when that music played, you were looking around because the first time seeing that shark, oh my God, it was scary. It was scary as far as that, guys. And Captain Rehab saying hi to Big Juice there on Twitch as far as that goes. Okay, let's see. And let's see, we got what on the AP side. And Big Juice saying, hi, Captain, how's the boat? Do you have a boat, Captain Rehab? Oh, Captain. Okay, I got it. Captain Rehab. Okay. He's a captain, so he should have a boat. On this day, June 20th, 1967, boxer Muhammad Ali was convicted in Houston of violating selective service laws by refusing to be drafted and was sentenced to a 5-year prison. Ali conviction would ultimately be overturned by the Supreme Court, and I would agree with that overturn. He had convictions. He did not want to go to war, and I think those should have been respected. 1782, the Continental Congress approved the Great Seal of the United States featuring the emblem of the bald eagle, which is our national bird. Almost was going to be turkey, which I don't know. Turkey, eagle, I'll take the eagle. Even though I think Benjamin Franklin, he was advocating the turkey. It was more American than the... 1837, Queen Victoria ascended to the British throne following the death of her uncle, King William IV. That was in 1837, and that's about it for history as far as that goes. And Thamer says Jaws is still my favorite shark movie. Yeah, that is the original shark movie there, Thamer. That is the original one. Pretty quiet day then. Yeah. I'm not going to, we got some stuff in the news, but it's the same old stuff. Let's see how it pays out. The big news, though, Wandering Australia, we're here at the beginning. We got some hot weather right now. We're getting into the summer. Oh, world history. Yeah, there's some good history there. I mean, there's some good... Oh, history-wise. Okay, I see what you're saying. Yeah, history-wise. It's about the norm right there. Let's see. Oh, this was a big one. This was a major thing back in the day. It's compared to what's been in the news of late here about the state of the former president before Trump. It was in 1972. Okay, where did it go? It just popped off my screen. 1972, 3 days after the arrest of the Watergate burglars, President Richard Nixon met at the White House with his chief of staff, H.R. Haldeman. The secretly made tape recorded of this meeting ended up as a notorious 18 and a half minute gap, meaning, they used to, I don't know if they still do it, but there was a gap there. So I remember that. And that was big news back in the day in 72. We thought that the country was going to shit and stuff like that. People are saying that about now and stuff like that, which I would beg to differ. We have some things that happened during the previous administration that there's a lot of people, Democrats, liberals, that want to just say, oh, okay, we can just push. No, we got to investigate. We got to check those out. Because there's a gap there. The big gap in that situation is who was running the country. Because we all know what the state of Joe was. He wasn't all there, folks. So who was actually running the country? And that's scary. That is scary. We know who's running the country now, a real president that's in charge. So you may disagree with that, but he is still the president. He ended up getting 77 million votes. So if you disagree with him, that's your prerogative, but you can't counter the measure that he was duly elected as far as that goes. And I think he's doing a great job. He's a man of peace. He doesn't want war, folks. He does not want war. Yeah, Sleepy Joe. I can put that one up because I respect him. He was a president. I respect the office of presidency, but he's going to go down in history as one of the worst presidents the United States ever had. Do you know, Rich? Here we call turkeys a Roman rooster. Really? I did not know that, Thammer. A turkey is a Roman rooster. Really? Okay, that's interesting. Bit of culture. There's a difference in a turkey is not we look at turkeys as a turkey, and the meat is the same, I guess. A turkey, but a chicken is a chicken, as far as that goes. And Deplorable says amen to what I said there. Thank you, Deplorable. I think we're on the same page as far as that goes, and stuff like that. Yep, there it is. There it is. The bobbling head of Trump. I'll put it up there. I have high regards for him. And we wish him well. We want him to do the best for this country, and I think he will. Unlike what's done the last 4 years, where there's too many hands on the steering wheel or on the auto pen. Too many hands on the auto pen. Is becoming apparent. But anyway, let's see. What do we got here? What time? We're at an hour. Let me do the sports, and then I'm going to go on a break here, folks. Let's see. In Major League Baseball, starting Wednesday night, the Philadelphia Phillies, their Captain Rehab, they won against the Marlins. Okay, there we go. But the Yankees are still losing. They lost to the Angels 3-2 Wednesday night. And the Mets, they did not. They got beat by the Braves Wednesday night. Last night, Thursday, the Yankees finally won. They won last night 7-3, and Phillies looked like they were off. Nope, the Phillies beat the Marlins again, but the Braves they lost last night 7-1. That's not good. So where are the standings? Yankees are still, they're 2.5 games ahead in the American East. The Nationals, the Mets are still, they're tied with the Phillies now. So the Braves are helping the Phillies. They're tied with the Phillies right now. They're both percentages 600. So the Phillies are tied with the Mets right now. That's not good. You can thank the Braves there, Captain Rehab. Let's see. Captain Rehab said the Marlins stink. Yeah, they do. They're beating the Yankees, for Christ. Oh, my God. I don't like it. Did the Phillies play? No, they didn't play yesterday. So because of the Braves, the Phillies are tied with the Mets right now in the New York National East. Let's see. Today, the Mets will be – the Mets are going to get back. The Mets are playing the Phillies today down there in Phillies, Captain Rehab. and the Yankees will be playing the Orioles, and I think that's what goes into the series into the weekend. Let's see. Yeah, Saturday it'll be Yankees and Orioles. Mets and Phillies don't play Saturday, but Sunday they do. So the weekend it's going to be Mets and Phillies. Mets got to beat they got to win these 2 games to get 2 games ahead of the Phillies. I know you're for the Phillies there, Captain Rehab. And the Yankees, they got to get on their winning ways here playing the Orioles. Where are they in the standings? Orioles in the American League, they are in last place, so that should be easy win for the New York Yankees. Okay, for NBA action, it looks like the Pacers, they really came out like gangbusters last night. They won 108-91, so we're still alive there, Captain Rehab. It's going to a Game 7, like you said. Let's see, quarter by quarter, the Pacers won the first quarter 28-25. Oh, they killed them the second quarter, 36-17. They won the third quarter, 26-18, but it was Oklahoma came back winning the fourth quarter, but it was all said and done, 108-91. Cleveland Guardians. Oh, Cleveland. Oh, I'm sorry. Let's see. What about the Cleveland Guardians? Let's see. I forgot about them. Big Juice, stand by. That's right. I forgot. I got to get the Cleveland Guardians. Let's see. Cleveland Guardians right now in what are they? National League? Cleveland? Cleveland Guardians, are they National League? Yeah, Cleveland Guardians. Let me check on the Cleveland Guardians here for Cleveland Guardians. What are they? Are they American League? No, they're not. Oh, here they are. Yeah, they are. They're in second place, but they're 9.5 games out of the Tigers there. The Tigers own that American League Central right now. But the Guardians, let's see. Who are they playing? Who did they play? Wednesday night. They beat the Giants Wednesday night. Last night, they lost to the Giants, and then tonight they are playing. They're playing. Okay, they're playing the Athletics. It looks like they're starting a series with the Athletics tonight, going into the weekend. There, going into the weekend. Big Juice. So we talked about the Guardians. So there's the Cleveland Guardians. They're 10 of the games out. Let's see. Thammer, is still there a rivalry? Oh, yeah, there's still a rivalry. That's New York City, Thammer. There's still a rivalry. You know, I like both teams. My kid brother was he was a diehard Met fan, and my older brother is a Yankee fan. I like both of them. I think they're good, 2 good teams. They're playing good ball, but the Yankees, they got to get on their winning ways along with the Mets. Okay, let's see here. What do we got? We got basketball. So they're going to be going to a Game 7. The series tied at 3-3. That'll be Sunday at 8 p.m. But I'll probably watch maybe a little bit of it because Manchester City is playing Sunday night. I stand corrected there from my good friend Wingnut, who sent me this shirt. I don't know if you guys, I can show the shirt again here. Let me show you the shirt. I'm into soccer, so I'm a fan of the Manchester City, and I was gifted with this shirt. This is an authentic Manchester City jersey. Okay, you can see it says City on the back. So there it is, Manchester City. That's the highlight. I got this yesterday from my good friend over there in Scotland, Wingnut. So I'll be wearing this Sunday. Manchester plays Sunday night at 9 o'clock in the FIFA Club World Cup. They won their first game Wednesday. It would have been nice having this for the first win. But it's a nice jersey. Very nice, very well made, very high quality. But Manchester on Wednesday, they won 2-0 against Wydad AC. One of the team players was red carded. I don't know why. I know what a red card is. The person get kicked out. He can't play for the next couple games, but it was a cheap red card. I guess the referee was from Brazil, so I think it was a little quick. But oh yeah, it's correct size. It's the correct size. As far as that goes, I thought, yeah, that's right. I had to return the last one was this is a 3X and it fits just like a glove. The missus says I look really nice in it. So I'm gonna be happy to have that there. That's a nice jersey. So Manchester City, like I said, they're playing. Let's see. Thamer says, going back to the comments here. I don't know what the marketing team in Yankees did, but late 90s Yankees caps was all over Saudi. Oh yeah, they flooded. Yeah. That was the thing. The Yankees, they were the team back there in the 90s. I'm happy to have that jersey though, so I can enjoy. I'm going to be really enjoying the FIFA Club World Cup soccer that's taking place here. Manchester City, they played down there in Captain Rehab's neighborhood there at the stadium that the Philadelphia Eagles. They had a full stadium. They had a great day as far as that goes, and the play was pretty good. I'm watching. Was it I can't think of I got the app here to watch the games. I guess like Nazin or something like that. Nazin. So they're going to be playing. Their next game, like I said, is going to be this Sunday night. And who are they playing? They're playing. Let's see. Let me get to the schedule here. Sunday, the 22nd. Manchester City is going to be playing Al Ain. Alain. Is that a Saudi team, Thamer? Yes. Yeah. Manchester City is owned. That's correct. Thamer. Manchester City is owned by Abu Dhabi or something like that. And actually, the owner of the Manchester City also owns the New York soccer team. As far as that goes, Big Jew says, "Rich, what do you like on your hot dog?" Mustard, of course. It's mustard. I don't know how people put ketchup on. Dude, ketchup is for French fries. Okay, off the wall comment there. So Manchester City. This team. Let me put it in the comments for you, Thamer. Thamer, this team is this a team over there in Saudi Arabia or one of the Arab nations there? What team is that? Oh, let me see. I put that in a private. I don't want that in private. Let me put it on Twitch. That's the team Manchester City's playing, Thamer, right there. Al Alain. I don't know if that's a Saudi or from one of the Middle Eastern countries there. But what the FIFA World Cup, it's not the World Cup. That's a national. This is all the premier soccer teams that are competing for the FIFA World Cup. It's always done before, I guess. And Manchester City won it back in 2023, I believe. So I think they have a good team to win it this year. So we'll see what happens with that. And oh, it's an Emirate team. Okay, Emirates. Okay, so that's a Emirate team. Okay, thank you, Thamer. Emirate team. And Double J's. Hey, Double J's. It's a UAE. Okay, all right. So it's from that area. Okay, that's what I figured. As far as that goes, and Captain Rehab says it's Abu Dhabi and the United Arab Emirates. Okay, it's an Emirates team. Okay, so it's over in from that part of the world and stuff like that. So that's who Manchester is playing, as far as that goes. So, yeah. Captain Rehab's right on it. He says Mrs. is making breakfast. He's listening.
What's my habit? I don't know.
Oh, that's funny. That is funny, guys. That is funny. I'm putting something in the chat here. Lots of laughs. There we go, Captain Rehab. That's what I'm saying. Lots of laughs. Okay, so I'm all done with the soccer. I'm stoked about the shirt. So we'll see what happens with Manchester. Hopefully, they can win their second team. How good is that team, Double J's or Thammer? Do you know how good that team is? Do you think they can win against Manchester City? Because I don't know what the background of that team is and stuff like that. So let's see. They're not a chance. Thammer says, okay. Wow. I think that says it right there. If you're saying that, then that's going to be a. Oh, wow. Nope, never. Okay. Double J's says, nope, never. And Thammer says, not a chance. I'll let Wingnut know. I don't know. You guys probably know more than me about their play and stuff like that because so it should be an interesting. Do you think they'll get a goal? Let's say that. Do you think how many goals? Manchester wins, but how many goals do you think they'll Ali? What is that? Ali Allen gets? Do you think they'll get any goals? We'll see what happens. That's funny. I like that. That's good. We'll see. Appreciate you being here, Thammer and Double J's. Greatly appreciated there. Double J's is predicting 5-1. Manchester, okay. And Thammer says, Manchester City won the English League for times in a row. Yes, I know that. Believe me, I hear a lot about Manchester City from because me and Wingnut, when we're playing PUBG Battlegrounds, which you guys should get on. Get on your computer, get on PUBG Battlegrounds, and hook up with me and Wingnut because I know. I don't know if you play Double J's. I don't think you play mobile anymore. And I know Thammer, you're still on there, but we're on there every day. Okay, so just hook us up, and you can if you get on PUBG Battlegrounds. It's and we use the Discord. We use the Discord as far as I need to go back to PUBG. If you got a good computer, try PUBG Battlegrounds. It's a really me. I almost had a chicken dinner the other day by myself. I guess after Wingnut. Wingnut he's phenomenal. I mean, he racks up the kills and stuff like that. He's a great player and stuff like that. I'm just there to. I just feel very fortunate playing with a player like he does. He plays very, very good. He's up at tier 2 now. He's on tier 2 level as far as that goes. All right, folks, I'm going to go ahead and take a break because I got to refresh my coffee. It's getting a little cool. What's that?
Open some windows.
Well, I'll open it here. It's getting a little warmer. How was chili?
I know, but it feels good.
Yeah, it feels good. Yeah, it's going to feel good. So, all right, folks, we're going to go ahead and take a little bit of a break, and we will be right back. Just hang loose, and we'll see you in a few minutes here as far as that goes. And we'll go on the break with Bubblegum Ball Game. Or no, skateboard. No, Bubblegum Ball Game. We're back here for the the Friday morning coffee for 06.20.2025 at Rumble Video Broadcast. Rich Roberts at Fireman Rich here for the second part of the broadcast here, live streaming. And we have Tim Fan40 in the house here. Good morning, Tim Fan40, coming in from out there in Michigan. Hope all is well. Coming in on the YouTube side. And yo to you, and good morning to all, he says. Glad to have you here, Tim. And it's cool. It's windy out. It's cool.
Is it too cool for you?
It feels nice. It feels all right. It's just
Shut it if you
you can see out back here. It's windy out here, folks. I open up this window and the cool air is coming in, which is nice.
Freeze and want a blanket?
And something just blew by here and stuff. But look at the trees. It's clear blue skies out there, so we got a good breeze going. So that's going to keep things
It's
cool.
the only beautiful day we got.
Yeah, this is the only. Yeah, that's what the missus. She's right. This is we go downhill after this, as far as with the weather, heat wise, because 10:42 tonight is the first is when officially summer starts. Did you know that 10:42 tonight? So this is like nice spring weather we're getting. The last bit of the spring weather. But we are here broadcasting on Rumble Studios, broadcasting to Rumble, where we have 5 people. Locals, we have 1. And YouTube, we have 1. That's Tim Fan40. Thank you, Tim Fan40. We have Twitch, where we have a number of people on over there that are in the chat. We're also on Facebook Live. And we had Tony D over there. And we are on X Live. X Live, what do we have over on X Live right now? Let's see. We have a total of we have 3 viewers over on X Live. Thank you very much at X Live. And we're also on Kick. I don't know why, but we are on Kick. And we have no viewers on Kick. But we do get like 5 or so. No, we have 1 viewer. We have 1 viewer on Kick. Thank you, Kick. But we usually get 4 or 5 replay views over there on that channel, and we do appreciate it as far as that goes. Thank you very much. And that is a total of 7 channels that we broadcast from Rumble Studios, a network of 7. And Tim Fan40 says, what's on the work docket today? He's doing an attic today. He does the foam insulation there, folks. He sprays it in. Make sure, you know what I'm going to say there, Tim, when you're doing that work, make sure you have your breathing apparatus on. You know how I am about that. And let's see, does multi-streaming slow your? No, it doesn't. No, the big difference there, Thamer, to let you know, I'm on 7 platforms. I'm broadcasting at 720p. That's the strongest, as far as. So it doesn't really. What I'm limited is if my internet itself, the continuity of my internet, because I live in a rural area, that may go down. It's actually with this wind. You can see it's windy out from the trees here. See the trees? Let's see right there. See how windy it is? That could move the lines, and that could affect. It could knock down a limb or something like that. But now, when I do my live streaming for gaming, I'd use Prism Live Studios. That's 3, and I can get 1080p over there. I can't get 1080p coming out of Rumble Studios because I think it's because I got 7 platforms. A network of 7, I like to say. And let's see, Double J says, when it says 1 viewer, I'm always Double J's. Okay, Double J's. And Tim Fans, he says, yes, sir, to the breathing apparatus. Man, make sure you have that breathing apparatus. That's important. Believe me. I know there's an ex-firefighter that, let's see, having that breathing apparatus. It saved my ass a few times there, Tim. I can tell you that. It saved my ass a couple times. All right? If I didn't have that, I don't know. I'd be having all sorts of problems with the stuff that I would have sucked in, breathed in, and stuff like that. No, the lines over here, Thamer, they're not underground. They're above ground. There's in cities, they're underground, but in the rural areas, we have everything above ground. It costs too much to put it underground. Plus, there's areas where you don't want it underground because of the fact that there's flooding. Like I'm close to the Susquehanna River, which is a flood. There's a flood aspect there that you don't want to have wires underneath because it would compromise and stuff. And Tim Fanford says, I bet, yeah. All the lines, telephone lines, communication lines, power lines are all above ground. Now, I've seen them below. I think out in Kansas, a lot of the communities out there in Kansas, because they got tornadoes, put it underground so you don't have to rebuild it every time. You got to rebuild the houses and stuff. Okay, I remember you outside the city. Yeah, I'm outside the city. I'm rural, believe me. The city here, Binghamton, it's a city, but it's not really a city. When you think of New York, Riyadh, that's a city. That's like New York City. Okay, that's a city. You got Syracuse, it's sort of a city. You got Binghamton, Elmira, they're sort of a city. But a city, New York, Boston, Atlanta, Riyadh, Mumbai over in India, they're double J's. Those are cities. I mean, you've got 1 million people in an area that how they get them in there, I don't know. So, but for the most part, I would say the internet service has been pretty good as far as that goes. It's been really good. And Sydney, Australia, that's a city. Yes. Yeah, because we have the Wandering Australian in here, Australia. Those are cities. Binghamton. Okay, yeah, it's a city. It's not like for me, the ultimate is New York City and Boston. Those are my two big cities that I always refer to because I've been there. Been down in New York City many times when I was a kid. Now, would I live there? Nah. No, I'm not a city guy. I don't like the city. It's just it's a nice place to visit, but I would not want to live in a city. As far as I'm out in the country, like the rural areas. I like the open spaces. As far as that, guys. Double J's. Mumbai is just cramped up. Hate the place. Yeah, the people on top of each other there in Mumbai and stuff. And what is it? What's the other one there? Mumbai and I can't think of the other one. Oh, New Delhi and Mumbai. Yeah, those are two big cities in India as far as that goes. Would I like to visit them? Maybe. I'm not, I've said it many times. I'm not too enthused. Yeah, Delhi. Yeah, gotcha. Double J's. Thank you. I'm not much into the traveling. Though I've been looking at these small campers to go out on a day trip, weekend camping trip or something like that. We got a lot of nice campgrounds here in New York State, and it'd be neat, as far as that goes. The problem with cities, it makes you spend money. Yeah, and it costs a lot. I think the average rent for an apartment in New York City is up to $4,000, $5,000 a month. That's just a one room, apartment. I mean, I can't imagine that. That's like 10 times almost as much as my when I had a house payment, I guess, for this house and stuff. That's too much. I just it's healthier, I think. For me, it's healthier to live out in the country and stuff. So let's see what's going on in the news here for Fox 40. Let's start with Fox 40 like we normally do. Full disclosure, we are not affiliated with Fox News or any of the other WBNG, WEBO, WNBF that I'm presenting their web pages here. We had the Strawberry Kickoff yesterday.
Organizers.
Let's go ahead and check that out. I'll be going to the Strawberry Festival.
The 43rd annual week.
I'll get to that just a minute there, guy. Wants to rush into it. The Strawberry Festival is this weekend, and I'll be going to it. I think I'm just going to be taking pictures again this time, guys. I'll be with me and the missus will be with the gentleman I play chess with each week. He's down the road here, and his wife. We're going to be going together, so I'm not going to be in a position to where I'm going to be filming it. So I will be taking. I might take some. I might take some video and then bring it in Monday on the Monday broadcast. As far as that, I'll see what happens. I will take some pictures, though, probably like I did last year. Okay, we got that. Oh, let's see. I got to turn this off here. Let's turn this off. But the Strawberry Festival here in Owego, New York, kicked off yesterday, and they kicked it off with a fun run. And let's go ahead and see what this one's about here.
Organizers of the 43rd Annual Owego Strawberry Fest are preparing for the big weekend ahead, hosting the opening ceremony earlier today. This year's celebration will feature a block party, fireworks, live music, and over 100 local food and craft vendors, 20 bands on 4 different stages, and kids' activities. The festival brings thousands to the area each year for the 5K and festival, with proceeds from the event going to local nonprofits. Some important times to remember for this weekend's events: the block party taking place on Friday, June 20th, from 5 to 10 p.m. in downtown Owego. A fireworks show is happening the same day at 9:30 p.m. Then, the Strawberry Fest taking place from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. on Saturday, June 21st, with the parade beginning at 9:30. Parking will be available at Marvin Park, Grand Union, and Hickory Park, with shuttle buses available for transport to and from the festival.
That tradition of 43 years says something for our community. It really is a statement in how great a place this is to have something that lasts that long, that tradition, and it's something that's on everybody's calendar. It says, hey, Strawberry Fest is here. The only thing you can't control weather, but that's going to work out well for us as well.
Traditions including the 5K run, and here we can see some Fox 40 representation in the race, with reporter Mike White donning a strawberry costume to run, and weekend sports anchor TJ Eck making out to the run as well. Strawberry Festival events will continue tomorrow with a block party from 5 p.m. to 10 p.m.
Okay, so the Strawberry Festival started off with the fun run yesterday there at Hickory's Park, and there'll be events going on today, fireworks tonight, and then I plan on going to it tomorrow as far as that goes. And me and the missus will be going with another couple. We'll be going there. We're not going for the parade. We'll be going there after the parade. We'll be walking around for a couple hours. We'll have we'll get some food, a speedy sandwich, and before leaving, get my kettle corn. And how many miles? Oh, for the fun run, I think that was only a 5,000, a 5K, a 3 mile run. Thammer, that was only okay. The fun run, it's in Hickory Park. They used to have a 10K run. It used to come out of the park, but they kept it in the park and stuff. It's I ran that race many years back before it was associated with the Strawberry Festival. It's an annual fun run that they have. I ran the 10K, but they only do the 3K now. I guess it's a little more control. They just do it right there in the park. Hickory's Park, it's right along the Susquehanna River. Very nice park as far as that goes. So it's a 3 mile run. But the rest of the Strawberry Festival, the parade will be tomorrow. Me and the missus, along with my neighbors there, we'll be going tomorrow. We'll be driving to Marvin Park, and then that's right outside the downtown village area. Then you take a shuttle bus and you get off, and there's like thousands of people and stuff. It's a really good time. Plan on having a speedy sandwich, maybe a hot dog or two, some drinks, so definitely some strawberry shortcake. And before I leave, I'm going to get my big bag of kettle corn. I love the kettle corn. It's a unique taste. When you go into the movie theater, they have a certain taste. Kettle corn has a different taste because it's just the way they cook it up and stuff. And plus they season it with a little cinnamon, I guess, and it tastes really good. But it's going to be a big event. I don't know if I have. No, I can't dig up the picture. I should. But it's going to be it's an annual thing. It's the 43rd. This will be the third time I've been to it. I never went to it before because I said, I can't stand the crowds. But the crowds aren't that bad. There's a lot of people there. There's a lot of musical groups. I meet the last 2 times I've been there. Since I've been retired, I met a lot of people I used to work with and stuff like that. So it's all people are. Plus, there's a lot of people. I think there's one. Was it last year or the year before? There was I was standing in line to get my kettle corn, and this one lady comes in. She was Asian, I think from China, and she didn't notice I was standing in line. And her husband, she taps on it. He says, "Oh no, no, we'll go be." I said, "No, no, go ahead, go ahead." And I was being friendly. No, there's no problem. I'm not in no hurry. It's like his wife apologized. No, no, go ahead, get your kettle corn. And so I'm watching. The guy whips out his credit card. It was a gold card too. It was a pretty, and I guess they accepted it. It was I don't know, whatever. But he bought his kettle corn on credit and stuff. And I'm like, wow, okay, that's the world we live in. But he was visiting the area, I guess, and stuff like that. But it's quite an event. It's an annual thing. We used to have a lot of other fairs and stuff that go on, but this one is by far my favorite now. They used to have what was called the Appalachian Field Days in Appalachian, New York. They would have an annual fireman field days where it was sort of like a carnival and for a 4-day event for the Appalachian Fire Department. But they don't do that anymore. So this takes its place. So that's going to be fun time. Let's see what else we have here on Fox 40. Again, no affiliation with Fox 40. Let's see, what else do we got here? I'm not seeing anything else here, folks, on Fox 40. So let's go to. Let's see. Thamber says easy to track your payments always on. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that everything's credit cards now and stuff like that. So, but I guess the point I'm getting at these events, this type of event, a local event, they'd always take cash. Now everything, if you want to, and there's some places now they won't take cash; they'll just take credit and stuff because it's easier. I guess it's instant access and stuff like that. It's the world we live in right now. As far as would I pull my credit card out? No, if they're going to take cash, I'm local. I like using cash locally. I have I think just like everybody else, I use the credit card a lot more than I did before, as far as that goes. But let's see what else we got on Fox. Let's see WEBO. Nothing on WEBO. Okay, so what's no, nothing on WEBO. So let's go to WNBF. I think I talked about this. Let's see. Yeah, we're getting. This is the first one that's coming into the area. Let me put this up here. Hang on for a minute, folks. Let me get this set up here for a minute. Oh, what the heck? You can hear that wind. This is on WNBF. Talked about it. We're getting one restaurant and we're getting a second one. I think I talked about the second restaurant that's going in Vestal, but this is the original one that's going in Johnson City. And I'm going to talk about it because I don't know if did we already do this article Wednesday? Let's see. I don't know if we did this one. Oh, no. Let's see. I got to bring it back up here. Let's see. I got to highlight it first. There we go. Okay, there we go. There it is. Johnson City Chick-fil-A, a traffic outlook. Okay, traffic is because there used to not be that much traffic around, but this is the new Chick-fil-A that's going in Johnson City. I'm excited because there's going to be a second one over in Vestal, which is across the river. So let's see. As the anticipation builds ahead of the opening of the Binghamton's area's first Chick-fil-A restaurant, there are questions that are potential for traffic problems that may cause by businesses. News 34 was reported that a lease has been signed for the chain inaugural Broome County location at the Oakdale Commons in Johnson City. There's a picture of it right there. As expected, the old Key Bank office at the southeast corner of the old mall complex, which is now Oakdale Commons, will be torn down and make way for a Chick-fil-A operation. The restaurant is expected to be opened in the first half of 2026. The Chick-fil-A building will be constructed east of the existing Panera Bread and Chipotle Mexican Grill restaurants. So we got this. This is being developed. This is the old mall that wasn't doing anything because malls are dead now. It's called Oakdale Commons. It's a meeting place for people. Traffic problems often develop when Chick-fil-A locations opens, and potential safety issues sometimes prevent use of some potential sites. One prospective Vestal location that was under serious consideration was scrapped because of fear of traffic. But now, because I reported Wednesday, Vestal is going to be there's going to be a second Chick-fil-A going up. So Johnson City officials believe that Oakdale Commons Chick-fil-A won't result in any traffic nightmares. I think the roads around the Oakdale Commons is pretty good. The mayor noted one entrance on the south end of the former Oakdale Mall has been eliminated, and a single entrance from Harry L. Drive has been designed. The police chief of Johnson City has previously had discussions with Village Public Works and State of Department Transportation representatives about the potential traffic problem. Dodge was told to WNBF he hasn't been involved in any further conversations about the issue. An email was wrote, and we do have something from Bob Joseph to show you the layout of this Chick-fil-A. It'll give you an idea of what the area is like around the Oakdale Commons. Let's see if I can find that. There it is. Yeah, he tweeted out, he posted up Oakdale Commons future. We visited a site where the Binghamton area first Chick-fil-A. So this is where the first Chick-fil-A is going to be taking place.
This is the intersection of Harry L. Drive and Reynolds Road in Johnson City at the Oakdale Commons. It's located just off Route 17, Interstate 86. It's one of the busiest intersections in Broome County. Thousands of vehicles pass through this intersection every day. Steps have been taken to improve traffic flow, including the addition of another turn lane, a left turn lane.
That's new, folks. That's new right there, that sign.
And that has helped to eliminate some of the bottlenecks that have happened in the past. But the question now is, looking forward to next year,
there's the old Key Bank. That's where the Chick-fil-A is going to be at.
Has been removed, and a Chick-fil-A restaurant is open. What will it mean for traffic? You see, traffic is stacking up here.
Yeah, I got a lot of
on Reynolds Road. So what
a lot of stores
with
and
traffic
merchants
when you have the additional volume brought about by a Chick-fil-A restaurant? Well, according to the Johnson City mayor and the police chief, they say that traffic studies have been done, and
you can see on the background, there's Dick's Sporting Goods. That's the largest sporting goods store in the Northeast here. It's Dick's Sporting Goods got to start in Binghamton, a very small sporting goods store, and it's built up to be a powerhouse. Chipotle is right next to it off to the left, and Panera Bread is that Panera Bread? No, that's Panera Bread. But Chipotle is over there on that off to the left behind that one brick building there. But there's Dick's Sporting Goods, huge. That's where the old Macy's store used to be, but they took over that whole end of the old mall. Now it's called the Oakdale Commons.
Buddy seems to be relatively pleased with how traffic will flow through here once the restaurant is open. That's the expectation, but we'll have to wait and see. We know certainly there will be an initial influx of a lot of cars when the Chick-fil-A restaurant opens. So there will be a crush and there will be an impact, but the hope is that it won't be anything that this area can't handle. Take a look at it. Key Bank Building. That'll be gone in several months as construction is prepared for Chick-fil-A in Johnson City. I'm Bob Joseph.
And as you can see, the sign there, it says OC, Oakdale Commons. You have BJ's, the wholesale club, Dick's Sporting Goods, Dave & Buster's. I'm not too impressed with Dave & Buster's. Five Guys is there. We still, the old J.C. Penney's, that's the original from the mall. And then the factory, that's the Beer Tree Factory on the other end. That's on the opposite end of Dick's Sporting Goods. That used to be the old Sears location. And so I'm pretty stoked about Chick-fil-A coming to the southern tier. That the first store being first restaurant being there in Johnson City, and then there's another one. Like we said, the article said that they were looking at it, but they're not. Now they're putting a second one in. It's going to be down towards the Binghamton University, and I think they should. I think they'll get good business there. So let's see what we got here now. So always like seeing businesses coming into the area and stuff like that. So let's see. Thammer says, I have watched documentary on CNBC about Dick's Sporting Goods. It's still family owned. Yes. It's a unique story. It started in Binghamton, New York. And that's one of the big, you'd be amazed at that Sporting Goods, Thammer. The first time went there after the Oakdale Commons opened, I took 2 steps in and I stopped dead. I'm like looking like, holy crap. Gorgeous store. They have everything you could think of and then some. I mean, 2 stories. I mean, you can see the up story. I'm just looking. It's like, it just sort of, it comes right at you and like, how can you, a sporting goods store that I've never seen a sporting goods store. It's bigger than most department stores. It's the largest one on the Northeast right there in Johnson City, New York. So, but yeah, they're still family owned. Well, they're on the, I think they own the lion's share as far as that goes. Hey, Liberty, good morning, Patriots and the missus. Just a quick hello and thumbs up back to you. Liberty coming in from the Niagara, Buffalo area. Great to have you here. And good morning to you, Patriot of Rumble. Yeah, we're all patriots on Rumble, right? I love Rumble. Thank you for being here. Glad for you to come in and hope all is well with you. The weekend's here. I hope it doesn't get too hot up there in the Buffalo Niagara area. We're expecting some hot weather. And see what happens, I guess. But glad to have you here, Liberty. Thank you very much. Let's see what else we have. So that's a good Bob Joseph. I don't really like him too much as a radio entity. He can be a little opinionated and stuff like that, but he does do a good job on showing us the local area there on the webpage and stuff like that. And Monday looks like the hot one. Monday and Tuesday. I think Monday was originally here, but Tuesday is supposed to get down up to 96 degrees. Tuesday and Wednesday, it's going to be a hot one down here from what they're projecting. So I know you're up there close to the lake, so you get all that cool air from the lake and stuff. So summer starts tonight at 10:42. Just to let you know, there, Liberty. It's not summer yet, not until 10:42 tonight, according to the Farmer's Almanac. Okay, let's see if there's anything else on WNBF. That was a good. I like showing Bob Joseph here. He gives a great overview of, and plus it shows you a little bit of the area. Now, see that would be more. National Spotlight comes to Ribby. What's this one about? Do we have a Bob Joseph on this one? Okay. Is this, let's see what this is. Okay. This is another one from WNBF News Radio, an article. Let me see if I can get this here. And you hear me talking about a speedy sandwich, okay? And I want to show you what a speedy sandwich looks like. I'm going to be having one tomorrow here at the Strawberry Festival here in Owego, New York. Oh, what happened here? Let me see. Let me get this set up here, folks. Oh, okay. I got to get all of the link here. Okay. Hang on for just a minute and we'll get this set up for you. So this next article is America's Best Restaurant is coming to Binghamton and they're craving Speedies. And this is Speedies is you often hear me talk about it, and it's something, how they have chicken wings are unique to Buffalo. Well, Speedies are unique to the Southern Tier area. And that's what a Speedy sandwich looks like. And in this article, America's Best Restaurant is coming to Binghamton and they're craving Speedies. A national spotlight is about to shine on our hometown favorites, and that being the Speedy sandwich. American Best Restaurants is rolling into town Monday, July 1st, and their taste buds are leading them straight to the Speedy and Rib Pit in Upper Front Street. Great place to get Speedy sandwich. It takes me about 35, 45 minutes to drive up there. I will drive up that far to get the Speedy sandwich from the Speedy and Rib Pit on Upper Front Street. Filming will happen at 9 a.m. noon, and yes, you might catch a glimpse of yourself on camera if you swing by. So they're going to highlight one of the unique sandwiches here in the area, and that is a Speedy sandwich, folks, as far as that goes. And there is another picture of what a Speedy sandwich looks like. It's marinated meat. It can be lamb. It could be chicken. It can be beef. But there's a special Speedy sauce that it's marinated for at least 3 or 4 days, and then you grill it. And what the hell was that? Something fell. Anyway, what's behind the camera? America's Best Restaurant isn't just a foodie blog. They're a national company that travels the country in search of independent-owned restaurants that locals love, and they don't just show up. They feature these spots in full episodes and highlights what makes it special. That's what makes it special, is a Speedy sandwich. A local legend, if you live in the Southern Tier for any amount of time, chances you'll taste or have at least heard of the Speedy and Rib Pit with the Speedy sandwich. That's just one of many places. Of course, they're going to have some food trailers out tomorrow, and the Speedy sandwich is just a great sandwich, folks. It is a fantastic sandwich, and that's what a Speedy sandwich is right there. Let's see. Looks more healthier than a hot dog. Yeah, I guess you could say. Yeah, it is. It's if you were to look up Lupo's Speedy and sauce. Let me show you what that is. Lupo's Speedy sauce is a renowned Speedy sauce. The missus makes her own. It's not that hard. No affiliation with Lupo's, but here's the Speedy sauce. This is one of many Speedy sauces, but this is one of the highlights. Then you got New York State. This is a Speedy sauce right here from Lupo's, which they have their own restaurants. Okay, that's just a thing there. Let's see. But you got different sub sauce. That's a Speedy. That's a marinade. And let's see. What's the other one? The other one is New York State Speedy sauce. New York's. I can't find the New York one. New York State Speedy sauce. Let's see. And here it is, a State Fair. Here's another one, and this is the Speedy sauce. So you marinate the meat in this sauce. Okay, there's Lupo's, and then there's State Fair Speedy sauce. You marinate the cube meat like at least 2 or 3 days, or even one day. But if you the longer you marinate, the better it is. I tell you right here. We get this one. We get Lupo. We get the pre-made Speedies from Lupo's because they sell them in the supermarket here, and we'll grill them up on the George Foreman and we'll put them in a sandwich. And oh my God, is it so good? That's what a Speedy sandwich is. That's what I'm going to be. That's let me get back to the Speedy sandwich here. That's what I'm going to be having tomorrow. You marinate the meat, you put it on a roll. Oh my God, it's so delicious. It's just, my mouth is watering right now because of it, as far as that goes. So, so there's a Speedy sandwich. Again, the restaurant, what's the name of the restaurant? The Speedy and Rib Pit up there in Upper Front. Great place. If you were to come here, I would take you there to have a Speedy sandwich. Sometimes their sandwiches are a little bit, but it's a great sandwich, folks. They got chicken, they got beef, they got lamb, and they have pork. I know over there in the Middle East, there, Thammer and Double J's. I know you don't eat pork and stuff like that, but they do have lamb, beef, and chicken. Oh my God, it's so good. It's so freaking good. It's a great sandwich. And you hear me talking, and I would say, is it healthier? Yeah, if you have one. If you have two or three, it's just like anything. It's not. It's but I would say it's a couple notches better than a hot dog, unless you have a good hot dog. Okay, Ballpark. We had hot dogs the other night. They were Ballpark Franks. Best. Oscar Mayer makes a good hot dog, and Ballpark Franks. But if I have a choice between a hot dog and a Speedy, I'm going with a Speedy sandwich. They are good. They are delicious. So there's our Speedy stuff. So let's see. Anything else? I think that's it for WNBF. Let's go to WBNG. Let's see. Renovation continues on the site. Okay, they're. Oh, this is an this is an article in Owego, New York. They had some problems. There's a historical fire department here in Owego that they're trying to fix the roof. So let's go ahead and bring this one up here. Renovation continues on the Owego Central Fire Station. It's a historical building, and let's see what this one is about as far as what's going on.
Crews are making progress as they work to replace the roof at the historic Owego Fire Station. NYSEG says its team stepped in to de-energize power lines in a busy intersection. The Owego Fire Department thanks NYSEG for their help and says now the critical work can begin. Construction will prevent water from pouring in and damaging the historic structure.
Okay, that's not the historical site. That's a newer portion, but they have a historical brick building that they were trying to fix the roof, and they've had some issues. And the water, when it rains, it's just decaying the roof. So they're trying to repair that. But there's some high power lines that they have to coordinate with the NYSEG. That's the New York State Electric and Gas Company, as far as that goes. So let's see. We got what else on WBNG? Again, full disclosure, I have no affiliation with WBNG. And I've often said that, I'm a retired firefighter and I work in emergency services. One aspect of emergency services is
A new bill
is EMS, emergency medical services, which they do a great job. And let's go ahead and check this one out here. This article about EMS services set to be recognized as an essential to New York. They are essential. They are the first line of protection for people that are in, they have issues, medically wise and stuff like that. So let's listen to this one.
Making emergency medical services essential in New York State recently passed through the state Senate and Assembly. 12 News' Daniel Curran learned what this bill will mean for local departments if it's signed by Governor Hochul.
After a new bill passed through the state legislature with bipartisan support, New York is set to recognize EMS as essential services throughout the state. Curtis Hammond with Candor EMS Squad and the EMS Sustainability Alliance says a signature from Governor Hochul can help agencies in areas across the state better serve their communities.
We're not out there all the time, and a lot of agencies are struggling financially because of low reimbursement rates, increasing costs of fuel and supplies, and the cost of readiness for our people to be here in the station ready to go.
If signed, this bill would require every county, city, town, or village in New York State to determine the best option to fund and operate their emergency departments.
This will get that ambulance there quicker. You know, the municipalities can figure out what they need, so this gives them that option to contract differently and allow for quicker response to those people who might need an ambulance.
Hammond says his department in Candor made a deal 5 years ago with the town to build a contract where they receive funding to make an ambulance available 24/7.
That ambulance is on the ready, and with that, we are decreasing our response times by up to 30 minutes sometimes for people who might need an ambulance. We're out the door in less than 2 minutes, and then we're getting them to the hospital quickly.
EMS officials say this bill, if passed, would not only improve emergency response times in underserved areas, but also incentivize workers to fill needed jobs.
We're seeing less and less people do this job. So being able to fund payroll to supply the providers for these rural companies is going to be beneficial to all those who are struggling to see a reasonable time response out of an ambulance.
Hammond says this bill gives power to local municipalities, as not every station would require the same solution to adequately provide essential EMS services. Daniel Curran.
So essential services being designated by the state, and they are essential. They are essential as far as that goes, folks. They are, let's see, our EMS obligation to deliver a patient to the nearest hospital, or a patient can choose. It's the same here, but what they're talking about here, Thamer, is in the rural area, money is paramount to keep these services afloat. And it used to be they get donations. It was, most of these ambulance companies are private, volunteers and stuff like that. So they're trying to switch it over to where they have at least one. Candor, that's in the north part of the county I live in. Candor is about a 15-minute drive from where I'm at here, and I'm on this, but they're in Tioga County, and they're a really good group of people on the emergency services, and that's what's really needed here. He's talked about the response time, 30 minutes. That's an average here in upstate New York. It could be, normally if there's a 911 and it's a life-threatening, it's usually the state police or the local sheriff's department will get there before even the local fire department, because they have to drive to the fire station. It's not like it's a paid fire department. So they're looking at options, and this piece of legislation will enhance that as far as to make the money provided and stuff like that. So here, all emergency service paid by. Yeah, that's not a luxury. We don't do that here in the States. As far as that goes, government, we pay taxes for a lot of other things. This is through, but this bill that's going through, it'll create a mechanism to where local businesses will be able to contribute and keep those agencies afloat. This is something that you could say, okay, throw it to the government, but no, it just there's a better way of doing that as far as that goes. So it's just at the rural areas. Now in the cities, like New York City, they have a paid fire department, paid emergency services. The big cities, they have but the rural areas where I'm at, it's you don't have that luxury. Okay. And this is just New York State, and other states, they have different arrangements and stuff like that. But for the most part, these people that work on EMS are very dedicated folks. As dedicated, emergency service complies of fire department, the ambulance service, medical service, and the police department. So they're combining everything to where it becomes more efficient. And overall, I think the services, even though we have some gaps, it's still a good service. As far as that goes, it needs to be improved, because no service, even a government service, Thamer, it's not. Sometimes it's not ideal, depending on the situation and stuff. I'm just talking from experience. It's just it helps to have a lot of money to go towards that service, and this piece of legislation in New York State declaring that, hey, medical services are essential, and they are essential. I think the way they work it in my town is that the person that's being utilizing it gets there pretty quick. I think an average time frame for an ambulance where I'm at in the county, it's about 15 minutes. Okay, because I do a lot of listening to the emergency services on the radio here and stuff like that still. So I'm still, but they are going to make hospitals, especially the government, but they are going to make hospitals, especially the government, go private and give people a chance to give people the chance of insurance to improve health sector. Yeah, for the most part. We have a hospital right here across the Pennsylvania line. It's called Guthrie Medical, and it's an outstanding. So that's where most of the ambulances in this area go. So we have a medical facility here, Guthrie Hospital. If you look it up, it's state of the art. It rivals. I'm very fortunate to have this near. So that is one of the big luxuries that we have, that this hospital that we go to, it's like 15 minutes down the road in Sayre, Pennsylvania. That hospital would rank in probably the top 5 hospitals there in Saudi Arabia, if not here in the States. It's a renowned. They have that's where I had my surgery, and it's I'm very blessed and thankful that I have that health facility here. So the thing of it is, when you go back as far as the emergency service, as far as providing to get the ambulance, the people there to the hospital. We have the best hospital we could possibly have in a rural area, and then some, as far as that goes. And they're all over. They have satellite places as far as throughout the county in this general area and stuff like that. It's called Guthrie Health Services. And I think they're great. They're fantastic. They're like state of the art as far as that goes. And I have no complaints. I mean, they as far as that goes. I will know New York hospitals probably. Yeah, New York City. Most of the thing is that there's the Mayo Clinic in Rochester, Rochester, Minnesota. There's some good ones all throughout the country here, as far as that goes. So I would say, other than the cost going really high, medical is very good here in the States as far as that goes. Especially here in New York State, nobody's denied medical treatment. Okay, even if you don't have insurance, you're going to be taken care of to a certain degree. There's too many misconceptions that medical is really bad here. It's not. It's state of the art, I would say. And this place I just talked about, Sayre, they're state of the art, and they're in the rural area here in New York State. And Cleveland has some good. Yes. They have some good hospitals there. So most of your large cities do. Like I said, I live in a rural. I always talk about how I live in a rural area. Guthrie Clinic, it's state of the art. I don't think you could get any better than that. It's just the same as those hospitals in New York, in the city, and it's a diamond in the rough, in a matter of speaking, here in the rural area. So. I have friends that are prior military. Oh, you need to come to this Air Force or this military base because you're medical. I said, I got better medical here than I would in the military, for God's sakes. As far as that goes, it's taking care of me. It's taking care of the missus and my family since I've been out of the service, and I have no complaints. The ambulance service, it's getting better. It's a hit and miss and stuff like that. But again, it's a rural area. The video I showed of the Chick-fil-A, that area, Johnson City, they have their own hospital, their own ambulance and stuff like that. Their response times is like down to like a minute. See, that's a more condensed. That's Johnson City is sort of a small city, like Binghamton. Endicott would be a small city. But Johnson City has its own hospital. Binghamton, And there's another hospital up there. I think Guthrie is up there to a certain extent. There's like 3 or 4 hospitals in the Binghamton, Johnson City, Endicott, Vestal area. We have one here, so we have a lot of medical here. It's just a time to get from point A to point B. Guthrie, just to let you know, I just thinking of this. This is how advanced Guthrie is, Thamer. They have a medevac. They have a helicopter that if you need expediting transportation, the local fire departments the volunteer fire departments will set up a landing zone. That helicopter will come from Guthrie in like less than 5 minutes. Pick up. They have paramedics on the helicopter. They'll pick them up and they'll take them. If they have to, they'll take it back to Guthrie. If they need to be, they'll go up to Syracuse. So we do have that within the EMS structure. We have medevacs and helicopters. So I mean, there's people. We've had car accidents out here on Interstate 86 that they've landed. They stopped the traffic and they land the helicopter. So when there's a life-threatening incident, the emergency services comprising of the fire department, medical, and police department, they really respond as far as that goes. So I could attest to that firsthand because I was a volunteer for 15 years after getting out. So I was part of that and was involved. Yeah, I was involved in a couple landings. So just there's a special dedicated radio that all the local volunteer fire departments have, and they'll call up Tioga County Dispatch, the 911 center, and they'll say, "Hey, we're requesting a medevac from Guthrie," and they'll send Guthrie, and you have them there. Yeah, I would imagine you have them there too. Yes, but that's a sort of unique thing for this area too. And it's almost becoming more. I think hospitals are seeing the necessity of having that because, life is precious. So as far as that goes, let's see WBNG. Anything else on WBNG? Let's see what we got here. I think we're going a little bit longer than 2 hours. What is our time right now? We're 2 hours and 18 minutes. Oh my God. I think today's the missus is a bother because it's here we go. Covenant Fire Company provides seeking community service. Let's see. Oh, this was the next one.
Coventry Volunteer Fire Company.
Okay, let's see what this one's about. Let's see. In car accidents, some of them really. Yeah, they need yes, they need to be transported, expedite. They need to expedite. That's what we call expedite transport. And usually, if they're really serious, that's when they use the medevacs, the helicopters, Guthrie 1. And Double J says, funny fact, India doesn't have paramedics. Oh, they don't? I'm sure they're qualified. They just don't call them paramedics. They're probably on that level. They're medical personnel. What do they call them, Double J? So they just call them medics? They're very strict here in New York State and other states that you have to have certain levels. Like I was an EMT when I was in the service for a couple of years, and then when I got out, I just became a first responder, which is just below an EMT. Paramedic is a whole different ball game. It's a lot more studies and stuff like that. Let's see. We got Coventry Fire Department seeks community support. So this goes to show you. This article will show you what the volunteer fire departments, they're trying to seek support for from the local community and stuff like that. So this is a constant thing in upstate New York fire departments, and this is just a local fire department here. Let's go ahead and see what this one's about.
The company has announced that they are facing a critical situation. They're currently involved in a massive search and rescue operation and have used up their disaster relief funds. The company is now looking to the community to help out. They're asking for monetary donations that will help with the daily expenses of running a fire department. The department's assistant chief spoke to what issues the donations will help address.
Heat exhaustion is big even during the winter months while they're fully suited up in their turnout gear, working inside of buildings that are on fire and stuff. So keeping them hydrated and everything is a huge aspect.
The funds help provide water, Gatorade, and snacks for the volunteer firefighters, keeping them hydrated and preventing heat exhaustion while fighting fires or taking part in other missions. Coventry Volunteer Fire has been providing supplies and meals for nearly 200 different people who are involved with the search and rescue mission, which has exhausted their funds.
Okay, that's one fire department that they're in financial troubles. Excuse me, in financial troubles and stuff like that. So they're seeking for donations and stuff like that. And a lot of volunteer fire companies, if they don't have support, like where I live right now, it's a fire district, so part of my taxes goes towards the local fire department. But that doesn't cover all the expenses as far as, if there's an ongoing rescue situation, you got to provide something for the people that are out there doing the operations to help support them, keep them hydrated and stuff like that. And that's what they're talking about as far as that goes. Thamer says, my friend in high school is a paramedic. He became cold-blooded because he wanted to seize during the jobs. Okay, so he's a dedicated. Yeah, paramedics are a breed. They know what their stuff. I've been associated with a couple paramedics. I don't think I could do that job, paramedic. Though there was a time in the Air Force, I was looking at cross training into be a pararescue. Which pararescue you have to. There's special forces in the Air Force. They go out and they rescue down pilots behind enemy lines, and one of their aspects was to be trained at the pararescue level, and also be knowledgeable in combat operations and stuff like that. I was looking at cross training into. They're called PJs, pararescue, in the United States Air Force, but I stayed a firefighter. That was one time. Other than becoming, I think the other time I looked at cross training on the fire department, I said I was going to be a B-52 tail gunner. That didn't work out. But prior to that, I was looking at cross training, seriously cross training, and I almost did it. I had my package, I had my flight physical and all that, and all I had to do was, if I would have submitted it, I probably would have gone to tech school. And it's the tech school is for pararescue in the United States Air Force. It's like almost a year long. You go to different aspects. And I think a good portion of that is medical and stuff like that, because if you go to rescue a downed pilot, they're probably banged up. So you have to be up on that level. So, but I stayed a firefighter, which was probably a good idea, because I talked to a pilot that used to fly pararescues in the Air Force. And he says all the pararescues that he flew that he knows, the pilot's call sign was Kilroy. He flew. He threw the Jolly Greens, and he flew the back in the day. And he says all his pararescue guys that he would fly, they have knee problems, because you jump out of the airplane or you jump out of the helicopter, you would hover, and it's just like the pararescue would jump on the rope down. Well, you would figure that's okay. That's a lot better than jumping from a parachute now, because when you're jumping, you're loaded down and you're quick. You're going down real quick, and you bend your knees, but you get so many of those jumps, eventually your knees give way and stuff like that. So he said, he goes, Rich, you're better off being a firefighter, because you still have your knees. All the PJs that he flew missions on, they have knee problems here as they're older and stuff like that. So I was intrigued with the pararescue job, though. It was pretty interesting. Let's see, what else we got in WBNG? Anything? I think that's it. We're gonna have to wrap this up here a little bit. We're going pretty long. This is a typical Friday, though. Let's see, renovations. We got that one. Strawberry Festival. Let's go do another Strawberry Festival article here. Let's see. This is the Strawberry Festival from WBNG. Again, full disclosure, I'm going to be going there this tomorrow, and this gives you an idea a little bit more of the Strawberry Festival activities that are going to take place this weekend.
Leaders are officially welcoming in the 43rd annual Strawberry Festival. With a ribbon cutting this morning, officials celebrated the return of the festival that draws thousands. The village's mayor says the festival itself is a great time, but it's also a good opportunity to wander into the charm that Owego has all year long.
Yeah, no, it's great just to see everybody come to town and check out what we have to offer. And the big thing is, visit all the vendors and whatnot, but go behind the vendors to the shops that are there and really check them out and see what's here.
The weekend of festivities kicks off tonight with the Rock and Run at Hickory's Park. We'll be there with a look at all of the excitement during our 6 p.m. newscast later tonight.
So that was an article from yesterday because they already had the running event as far as that goes. And what kind of activity you do in the fire department? Well, when I was in the volunteers, I've been out more than 10 years now. I hung up my helmet, my coat, my bunker pants. I'm officially retired from that. But when I was in the Air Force, I did multiple things. When I was a volunteer, I was a firefighter. I just would go in with the hose to, put the fire out and stuff like that. In the Air Force, we did crash rescue for aircraft, but we also did structural. So I did the kind of activity I did in the Air as a firefighter was everything from hand lineman. I was an assistant chief when I was in the Air Force, so I had to be command and control of 35 to 40 firefighters there at McConnell Air Force Base. I've been a crew chief. I've been a hand line. I drove the trucks. I drove a whole bunch of different firefighting apparatus, and didn't want that. Hang on, folks. Sorry about that. It included a whole multitude of everything across the board, Thammer. That's what I did. I was a fire inspector, too. I was certified as an Air Force fire inspector. So I did the fire inspecting bit, and which is public relations and fire prevention. So I did everything across the board. I just don't do it anymore. I think I've done more than enough. When I got out of the Air Force, I joined the volunteer fire department, my local fire department. I stayed in for 15 years, and it's got to the thing, I think. So I've got more than close to 50 years of firefighting, 45 years of firefighting activity, because I was a volunteer fireman before I came in. And you're more busy than civilian. Not necessarily. No, I wouldn't say that. The volunteer in a rural area, it's not as busy as a city. Okay. But I was just as busy as a Air Force firefighter. Okay. That was my regular job. Okay. I got paid in the Air Force to be a firefighter, but the volunteer was a volunteer. If I was available, I'd show up, and that could be, I was real fortunate where I worked. They would allow me to, if I was on a fire and it went into overnight into where I had to go into work, I'd call up and say, "Hey, I'm on the volunteer fire." "Oh, go ahead, you're covered." So the businesses that you work for, they're very, very they're very forthright in saying, "Hey, go ahead and help the community," and stuff like that. So it depends, Rural fire department can be very busy depending on what catches fire and stuff like that. So do I miss it? Yeah. But the thing is, I realize that I'm 67 years old. I don't want to die on a fire ground and stuff. I want to enjoy life now. I think I've done more than my share as far as I'm still interested in it. I like talking about it, as you can see, because I like bringing up firefighting stories here on the live stream. And but as far as actually doing it again, I don't think my body could take it. All it takes is one incident, and that's it. And I've been lucky, by the grace of God. I've got my 10 toes, my 10 fingers, and all my limbs and stuff. I've known firefighters, especially in the Air Force. We had a few firefighters that I knew personally, were good friends, brother firefighters that they're no longer here, and that's part of the job and stuff. And have I had close incidents? Yeah, fairly close, but you don't think about that and stuff like that. So any day you're on the job as a firefighter, as a police officer, even emergency services, you take a chance of that as far as that goes. The situation dictates, as far as that. That's why it's always safety stress. Safety, safety, safety across the board. Because we had a saying, and you've heard the saying before in the military, but when I was in the Air Force Fire Department, we all come home. As far as that goes, we go on an incident, be it an aircraft and stuff, we all come home. As far as that goes, so and that's what it's all about. As far as that goes, it's like I said, by the grace of God, as far as that goes, I've been real fortunate, really blessed, and I don't think lightly of that. I'm very serious about that. It's because it's just when you start thinking about it, it's like, wow. I look at the path I traveled, and I'm truly blessed. Even and that aspect of the firefighting aspect, I'm blessed even more so with the family and stuff like that. So, let's see. I got T-boned by a bus that was a close one. Oh yeah, you had a guardian angel watching over you, Thamer. Those T-bones, they can be. I've seen those incidents, and they can be messy. They can be messy. Yes, they can. As far as that goes, so. You have a guardian angel watching you. Yeah, by the grace of God. Let's see. WBNG. I think that's it for that. And we did that one. Yep. Let's go ahead and check the whale. Nothing really there. We already talked about Chick-fil-A. Let's see, they got another. Oh, here we go. Here's another article on the Strawberry Festival. I'm keying on that strawberry. This is from Channel 34. Let's go ahead and listen to this. I'm focusing in on this because that's this weekend. This is what we're going to be doing this weekend, the Strawberry Festival. Let's see if we bring this up here. There we go.
Is preparing to celebrate its favorite fruit with a festival that will dominate downtown this weekend. The 43rd annual Strawberry Festival is returning. It is now a 3-day event beginning tonight at the Bandshell at Hickory's Park with a 5K, a kids' fun run, and music by DJ Bob Russell.
It's the main drag.
Tomorrow is the Friday night block party with live bands from 5 to 9:30, culminating in the annual fireworks display.
That's
and
tonight,
Saturday
the fireworks.
begins with a parade at 9:30 a.m. with a total of 64 different entrants. Then live music again on 4 separate stages until about 4:30 on Saturday, and hundreds of vendors selling food, drinks, and arts and crafts. Festival co-chair Wendy Post says there will be smoothies, daiquiris, shortcake, and all things strawberry.
Everybody downtown is all about strawberries, including me. Although I probably won't be wearing this during the festival, because other people will be borrowing it to run around in.
The parade grand marshal will be...
Okay, that view right there, that's a river walk. That's right there in the downtown village. That's the Susquehanna River. That's a Court Street Bridge going across, coming into the village. And this is a nice walkway. I used to walk this. I used to drive out to here, to the downtown village area. And me and Max would walk this. This is a walkway along the Susquehanna River. So it's right there. It's a nice area. It gets flooded. The Susquehanna can rise up to flood that out, but it's nice as far as I have many good memories of walking Max along this trail.
Tri-Town Insurance, which is celebrating its 100th anniversary. New this year is a kids' courtyard tent on the courthouse lawn. Post cautions people that all of the downtown streets will be closed to traffic. Parking will be available at Marvin Park, Hickory's Park, and the Grand Union parking lot, with shuttles running on Saturday.
Yep, and there's WEBO. They were on WEBO talking about the Strawberry Festival and beautiful. Yeah, well, Wego's nice. It's a nice American village as far as that goes. Thamer, that's the county seat here, and I always like saying all roads in Tioga County lead to Owego. But it's the 43rd one, and it's going to be a fun time. You can see the streets; they're very crowded. There's vendors there. There's food from all around, and it's just a fun time. So, like I said, me and the missus and my neighbors will be going there. We'll be spending a couple hours there walking around, checking out the merchandise, the shops and stuff like that. And it's really a good time. It's a really fun. There's going to be bands. There's like 5 different stages throughout the village area, all within walking distance. Less than a 5-minute walk from one venue to the other. And they have some great local bands. And yes, it is a beautiful village as far as that goes, Tamara. Thank you. Let's see. So that was Channel 34 talking about the Strawberry Festival. Let's go to WENY. Do we have anything on WENY? No, nothing on WENY. We got Channel 18 out of Elmira. And nothing really there. Of course, Penny Saver, they're still talking about Penny Saver. I talked about this article Wednesday. That's the fireworks that are going to be taking place tonight for the Strawberry Festival. So that's a Penny Saver. They had a good article. I read that Wednesday as far as that goes. And let's see, WKG let's go to let's see, June 19th. That was yesterday. Excuse me. Let me drink some water here. Oh boy. Let's see, June 19th, yesterday. Let's see why that mattered in rock history. We got one of those from WKGB. And let's see, we'll go there. I'll go back here to WKGB. WKGB. Why June 19th? That was yesterday. Mattered in rock history. Let's bring that up. There we go. Oh, no, that's still. Oh, I got to bring it over here. WKGB 92.5 is the radio station here in Southern Tier of upstate New York, Binghamton. And yesterday, this is June 20th. This is today. We have June 20th. Does that say June 20th? I thought it said the 19th. No, let's see let me see if I can change this. Let's see what we're doing here. What do we got going here? Let me see something here. Oh, June 20th. Here it is. We'll go to today. It's today. Why June 20th? That's today, folks. Matters in rock history. In 1998, Black Sabbath and Foo Fighters, Korn, Led Zeppelin, and many others took place to stage at England's Ozfest, the first ever Ozfest that took place outside the United States in 1998. Of course, Ozzy Osbourne, I guess he's on a goodbye tour this year. So let me see something here real quick. You got the camera up? Yeah, the camera's up. So let's see what else happened on this day. 1969, a young David Bowie signed a record deal with Mercury Records. The label had to wait 3 years for him to produce a successful follow-up to Space Odyssey. In year 2000, Deftones released their third album, White Pony, which featured songs like Change in the House of Flies, Back to the School, and Digital Bath. In 1980, Billy Joel had his first #1 song with It's Still Rock and Roll to Me, and it topped the charts back in 1980. And in 2009, Green Day had the first ever #1 song on the new Billboard Record Songs charts for Know Your Enemy off the 21st Century Breakdown. It also topped the alternative songs and mainstream rock track charts. The first only 3 songs to do that. And that's what happened today in rock history, folks. A little rock history there from KGB, a great radio station. Full disclosure, I have no association with WKGB, but they are a rockin' radio station that I listen to. I listen to WKGB, WEBO, along with was it 93.5? That's the Bridge, the radio station down in Pennsylvania. Rock WAAL, the Whale, all great. WNBF newsstand. Hello? Hello? Is everything okay?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay. It's just the door. Okay. I just hear a bang and stuff. I automatically think something's okay. Let's see. We have anything on KISS 105? No, nothing there. Let's see. Nothing up there in Buffalo. Let's see. What's this one about? We got some extreme heat coming in this weekend, folks. It's going to be close to, not up to the total level, but up to that level that's Thammer, your experience right now. We're going to get up to that temperature. We're going to be getting up to the 90s. That's still cool by your standards. So I think that's it, folks. That's all I have as far as news items here. So I think we'll go ahead and get ready to wrap this up. Let me get rid of these tabs here so I don't get confused. Oops, what happened? Refresh. Oh, we lost it there. We're back? Are we back? Okay, we're back. We're back. Okay, we are back. Let's see. We go there. We got the banner back up. Okay, we're back. I'm sorry about that, folks. I'm closing out all my tabs here on the computer. So we are. Oh, we refresh. So I got to go with. Okay, so let's see. We're going to end the broadcast. We've been on for 2 hours and 40 minutes. 2 hours and 42 minutes. So I want to say thank you to Tina, our Jersey girl, for being here. Thank you, Lore, coming in from Norway. Thank you, Tony D. Salute to you, my good friend, my brother veteran, and good friend, fellow broadcaster. Tony D was in the house. Want to say thank you to, as we go down the list here, the Deplorable out there in western northwestern Pennsylvania, just south of Olean. Thank you, Deplorable. Have a good camping trip tomorrow. Captain Rehab, our individual there from the city of brotherly love, a fellow New Yorker. Captain Rehab, thank you for being here. Glad to have you here. Let's see, we're going down the list here. We have Thammer coming in from Riyadh, the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. Thank you for being here, Thammer. Thank you for taking part in hanging out and taking part in the conversation in the chat. Greatly appreciated, my friend. The Wandering Australian, he wandered in. Thank you, thank you, mate, for being here. Greatly appreciate you popping in there and taking part. And let's see, we always said Lore. I'm going down the list here. Big Juice, Steve from the Buckeye State of Ohio. Thank you for being here. And let's see, where did Double J's come in? He was down here towards the end. We had Big Juice, Captain Rhea Thammer, Big Juice. Let's see, who else do we have? There's Double J's. Double J's coming in. Thank you, Double J's, coming into the broadcast. Greatly appreciate. I know you're somewhere other than India, but you're originally from India, so thank you for being here. You're at, I keep on calling it an undisclosed location. I like that. It gives you a little mystery. But thank you, Double J's, for being here, as always, taking part in the conversation. Greatly, greatly appreciated, guys. And we had Liberty, LL Liberty 101 from the Buffalo, Niagara area in the chat. Thank you for being here, Liberty. Greatly appreciate it. Coming in on the Rumble side. And I guess the tail end was just Double J's and Thammer. So thank you very much, guys. Appreciate it. And greatly appreciate it. And let's see. And Thammer says, depends on the sun. There we go. Yeah, it depends on the sun as far as the heat. And Double J's is saying, have a good strawberry weekend. Will do, Double J's. Thank you very much. And Thammer saying, enjoy your weekend, everyone. Thank you very much, Thammer. Greatly appreciate it, guys. You guys are tops. I like that. I like that. Thank you for being here. You make the Friday go good. So we're going to go ahead and exit stage left and get our day started. We're going to probably relax because tomorrow's going to be a pretty eventful day, and it's still cool out. We're still at 68 degrees. This is cool before the heat. Summer doesn't start until 10:42 tonight. So after that, it's everything is on the table there as far as the heat and stuff like that. But thank you very much, all. Greatly appreciate it. Thank you. And my best to you all. Have a great Friday and have a good weekend. For you working stiffs, just get through the job and you'll enjoy the weekend. And I'd say thank you for the views on all the platforms here. And for those people that are watching the replay, thank you very much also. And also those that are listening over on Spotify for creators. Thank you very much for the listens. I am Rich Roberts, Fireman Rich, at Fireman Rich over there on X. That's my mainstay of where I'm at on these social media platforms. I do post on other platforms. You can check them out. Just Google at Fireman Rich, and you'll see where I'm at on other platforms. But for all intents and purposes, I do like X, and that's where I camp out most of the time. And so I do appreciate you all. Have a great one wherever you may be. Enjoy today. Enjoy your weekend. We will be back Monday, but I may be broadcasting either tonight. I don't know. I may be procrastinating again. Who knows? But we'll see you definitely Monday morning on the Monday Morning Coffee. But have a great weekend. Live life. Have fun. Ciao for now. As always, peace. Take care, folks, and enjoy. And we are out of here with Skateboard. We skate out of here. Take care, folks. Thank you very much. Ciao for now.